本当にみんな来てくれてありがとうということで、今日はですね、これさ、VS ファイティング14でいいのかな読み方。これ、イギリスで行われている、鉄拳とね、アークシステムワークスさんの AWT と、あとなんかいくつかの、大会が、格闘ゲームの大会が、あれだね、ファイナルズに向けての、なんて言ったらいいんだろうね。まあ、CPT みたいな感じの大会になっております。ちなみに、今回、ギルティギアストライブのトップ8を見ていこうと思ってるんですけども、こちらはですね、プラチナ大会になっているので、めちゃくちゃでかいポイントになってますね。めちゃくちゃでかいポイントになっているので、ぜひとも勝ちたいところではあるが、まあ、今回はね、多分ね、日本人はいないはず。日本人はね、確か今回いないはずで、まあ、海外の、方々を見ていくっていう感じなんだけど、タイガーポップさんとか、名前は聞いたことはあると思うんだけど、タイガーポップさん以外だと、あんまりちょっと存じ上げないかもしれないっていう感じかな、個人的には。で、音が、まだちょっと、あと40秒くらいで本配信始まるんで、まあ、本配信始まってから、ちょっと、音の調整をしていこうかなと思います。I heard 海外。I'm 海外。I think, not 海外 because 海外 means like a country, so you are foreigner, 外国人だね。foreigner is 外国人。海外 is here, ともりさん。外国人だね。外国人。外国人ってどっちだ？人は外国人。外国人の人って Z なのかな ?G なのかなどっちなんだろう。今日もまったりとね、見ていこうと思うんですけども、ロボ会が果たして出てくるかっていうところも、私的にはちょっと興味深いところではあって、ちょっとね、ロボ会実装後全然ギルティを触れてないから、全くね、ちょっと分かってないんだよね。裏でめっちゃゲーム音が聞こえる。裏でめっちゃチェックしますやん。G だったら銀じゃない。あ、じゃあ外国 Z か。てかさ、日中ずっと私外出てるんだけど、手だけさ、手袋もしてないし、日焼け止めもさ、ちょっと濡れてなくてさ、見事に手だけめっちゃ真っ黒になってるんだよね、今。めっちゃ悲しい。めっちゃチェック入ってますやん、裏。裏めっちゃチェック入ってるやん。おもろ。音をちょっと何デシベルか上げるか。3デシベルぐらい上げとく。実装からまだ算数間だと、3 大会には出しにくそうですね。いやまあそれそうね、確かに3週間で今まで使ってきたキャラクターを捨ててまでの性能があるかっていうところに天秤をかけへん限り無理やね。マジスト6のベガとかが実装された時ぐらいの強さじゃないと。だってな、音もうちょっとめっちゃ入ってるってねえ、裏のさ現地の人のチェックめっちゃ入ってる声が来た。
Alrighty, good morning, Guilty Gear viewers. Welcome
あ、ごめん、
to
音でかい
VSFighting
か。
Guilty Gear Strive Top 8. Let me hear some noise.
Everyone is excited in this room. Obviously, we've got B and myself, Picture.
このぐらいでどう？
This is
音
the same moment because this is our first time doing a top 8.
良さそうかな。
Such a pleasure to be sat here, seeing so many lovely people, and with such an insane bracket coming ahead.
Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely insane. There's been so many upsets. For anyone that's not been paying attention,
Okay, ありがとう。
we've had some of the most insane sets that have been played. If you could check out the VODs, I highly recommend.
アイメンのことに来てくれてありがとう。音挑戦もチェックしてくれてありがとう。 いやでもイギリスいいな。イギリス開催。イギリスのどこで開催してるんだろう。はい、ことに来てくれてありがとう。
I mean, like we were saying, just up ahead, you're going to see the bracket for top 8. We've got some absolute heavy hitters coming up. Andros and Sechi. We've got Preggio and Tiger Pop, a historic matchup. And then we've even got our dark horses coming into bracket. Like you're saying, Sniffu on winner's side, knocking down some of the heavy hitters. Pokey, one of the Yokai boys, getting a cheer from the ones that were in the back.
Oh yeah, no, there's been so much insane stuff going on, and the fact that we have Tiger Pop and Preggio against each other in losers, like this is a winners finals type set.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they start in losers top 8, and then you've got MacMen's and Pokey. It's gonna be interesting.
一回、私もさっきまでめっちゃ外でバリバリさ、体動かしてて、お風呂上がりだからちょっとね、一息つかせてくれ。
Humongous representation from all sorts of regions coming to this VSF top 8 and making such good, you know, pushes for places. Among that, we've also seen quite a nice variety of characters. みんなお酒飲んでると思ったでしょ。残念ですね。カルピスソーダです。カルピスソーダです。そう、もう滑舌がもうダメだ。カルピスソーダです。私が飲んでいるのは。
It's been like unique characters across the board, right? This is the first one I think that has like 2 Jackals, maybe one beforehand, maybe 2 Giovannas, or maybe 2 Leos, right? That was something I remember. But for the most part, every tournament has had a very unique top 8, and I think this is one where we've got, for example, Potemkin.
なんかリビングでテレビ見てるぐらいのラフさ。でもまあ海外結構そんな感じがあるよね。なんかかっちりしてるの結構。でも。 でもあれじゃないエボジャパンもエボジャパンもさ普通にそのストリーマーの方々がさそのミラー配信とかした時とかそのエボの公式でねめっちゃなんかリラックスしてる感じだからあんま変わんないんじゃないかな。カンピさん現役で基本味があってめっちゃうまいっすよ。私も一回飲んだことある。めっちゃ美味しいよね。待ってどこの国旗？ちょっとどこの国旗？どこ？インドとフランス？フランスこんなんだった？いや違うよね。ロシア？どこ？
I mean, both of these causing major bracket upsets, right? Scarfelt knocking Tiger Pop into losers.
ヨーロッパの方の試合ってあんまり見ないからさ、珍しい国旗多いんだよね。めっちゃ面白そうなマッチって言ってる。なんか多分元々の色はくすんでるっぽいね。ヨーロッパの旗大体似てる。そりゃそうかも。でもあれのねもうぬるっと始まったけど早速ぬるっと始まったけどスピード対決になったね。待ってアンドラスさんってポチョの人エボフランスの時のだから聞いたことあるんだ。でアンドラスさん多分このやりとりしたのなんか何回目かもなんか2、3回目ぐらいだと思う私。
Solid situations, but what a DP. The main reason why that was so clever.
いや早いな展開が。
So even if you're wrong, you're not. Cover it.
Yeah,
so,
and I mean with Milia at such low health as well, you're even looking in the range of chip damage. There's so many factors to that counterplay. A really, really
smart move. それ投げ抜けすんだ。うまっ。
Attack on the throw. Snafodu on the offense. The spiral. Ooh, that's a huge counter, and Scarfelt doesn't have
崩しがうまくて。
Go to the empty low. Nice blocks from Scarfelt. Now it's your time to mix up.
いややっぱもうミリア、何それ。広い広い。おもろ。
Nice knockdown. Oh, another cheeky low. Yeah, you're bound to get opened up many a times against Melia. And with this ball break,
saving the meter for a potential future mix-up, though. You got the positive bonus. You've got 100 meter. You can't be caught out not spending it. Not in a game like this. Big 6P.
Yeah, good burst though. Represents able to get a huge connection here. This is going to do a lot of damage to Melia.
And the air super. Gonna break.
マジか。
Great awareness to lock.
なんかさ、表裏拾ってコンボつなぐの2人ともめちゃくちゃかっこよくない？うますぎたね今の。今のコンてかミリアの人もそうだしジオの人もそうだけど、なんかその表裏の拾ってがすごい。いやまずジオめっちゃ多いね大会で。だってエボジャパンもそうだし。いやでもそうか、アークワールドツアーファイナルスとかもすごかったし、なんか絶対一人はいるみたいな感じはするよね。あと韓国の大会もいたっけ？どうだったかな？
You're bound to get caught by something.
Oh, absolutely. Those nasty fast BLC mixes.
ミリアは本当に見えても見えなくてもどうすんねんって感じがする。なんかもうめちゃくちゃ覚えないといけない気がする。セットプレーとか攻撃を。
Frame trap, not a bad idea, as we know. Scarfelt has been mashing a wee bit, but here we go, huge connection, able again with the 2S, good anti-fuzzy.
Nice IB on the 5H.
The defense has been clean from both sides. I can imagine cracking under this pressure.
Oh, absolutely. With the nerves running high, the crowd, you know, supporting, cheering for you. You're trying to make it seem proud. And all of those things, they add up when you're trying to IB. Those such tight gaps that you're trying to find.
フォード、スニーフォードかスニフオードさん。どっちかわかんないけどうまいな。
So going for these 2S's are doing so much for catching Scarfelt on defense.
And the crowd are just absolutely loving the throw loops from Snifu. Into the wall break.
So much
いやなんか
the health deficit is so bad for
ジオの人がめちゃくちゃ圧倒っていうかなんかゲーム展開めっちゃ作ってるね。
You've just about gained your 50 meter. Spending it on the super wall break, a great idea. You don't want to let Snifodu have a sniff of anything here.
Aye, a lot of back and forth, but gets a knockdown. Scarfelt is really making the comeback. And with this connection, it's all about being burst though. Even though you're in, you gotta look out for the burst.
What a bad moon. Forcing the burst out of Snifu, and now suddenly the tables have turned. It's in Scarfelt's favor, taking it to 1-1.
Yeah, you need to think about that comeback as well.
じゃあごめん、さ、私さ、本当にごめん、カルピスソーダをさ、引きずりすぎて、とりあえずカルピスこするだけ本当に相手してて勘弁してほしいって言ってさ、さっきなんかぶどう味のカルピス美味しいよって言ってくれた人がいたじゃん。だからさ、ごめん、俺もうカルピスカルピスの話題を出すぐらいしかもう申し訳ないけどみたいな、なんか勝手な解釈してもおかしい、おかしくなってる頭が。カピエルがカルピス見えてしまった。
Melia, of course, can do so much after a nice
backdash.
Yeah, but Stifodu's defense still on point into the back throw.
There it is.
This is deadly. You need to defend so well against this. Anti-air.
Absolutely. Your opposing Geo has 100 meter. You are going to be in the absolute blender here.
なんかやっぱなんかジオの人がやっぱなんか握ってる感じするわこの試合。展開作ってる。
Because these anti-fuzzies have been doing so much to Melia.
Oh, unfortunate whiff on the DP of to the same side low. Great capitalization on the punish from Scarfell. Opts for a knockdown, set the disc, run your Oki. Exactly what you want to be doing with Milia. Great use of the Capel.
でもそうでもないか。
What more could you want?
A good connection, keeping the offense.
いや、崩しが。
The hell?
Is this what you were saying? You're scared of Sniffo's offense.
壁際ただでさえしのぐのしんどいのに。
Just locking Sniffo down. Cannot get anything on defense.
Nice.
あ、これはガードじゃない？だよね。うまい。
Big damage.
Yeah, big damage.
いやもうビッグダメージすぎてやばい。
Completely fair. Bait the deflection. BRC coming in clutch. Really patient from Snifo.
マジ
？2-1.
2-1 and a really clutch back and forth. I could see this going last
そ
game.
この様子見やばくない？でかっ。
Cheering for Snifo.
ちょっとうますぎるね。
I appreciate that. I hope you guys are enjoying your time. But 2-1. Here we go back into it. Snifodu only needs one more game, but Scarfell, don't count them out. We've seen some good plays.
I mean, we've seen comeback after comeback from Scarfell. We've seen it. They're not the type of player to give up when a game is on the line.
Never give up, never surrender.
That's going to be important.
いやいやな、この壁際の固め。
You feel that motivation even more. What a space.
なんかトップ8の試合なのにトップ8初戦じゃん。なんか右の人はもしかしたら緊張してはる可能性はあんねんけど、あまりにもジオの人の展開がすごくない？
You know, the sort of thing you cannot discount.
Aye, into the H disc, same side, going low, staggers
really
away.
Nice blocks. Nice
硬いね、硬い。
not throwing anything.
硬
っ。
being really なんでそれ？
looking for those spacing traps.
よく投げ抜けできるな。
And now it's all Scarfell.
Oh, aye.
崩れた。
Connection here. Upton to send you through with the disc. You're going to be back in neutral, but positive bonus will help equalize that bit. But Snifodu is sitting on a bar, so you can't take your offense for granted.
Sitting on a bar and sitting on burst, so you can also, you know, you got the leeway to make a couple of mistakes. You've got to round up as well.
いやなんかさ、こういう
The pressure is off of Snifu right now. Scarfell is the
位
one
置入れ
who's
替え
under the
て
cost. It
コン
doesn't
ボする
matter
のめっちゃ
how
かっ
much
こよくな
offense
い？
they pull out.
どのゲームも。
Hey, through the wall. No, opt for another reset.
It's so smart from Scarfell. You don't
まあ
want
使
to
わな
let
いだろう
Snifu
な。
go back into neutral, where Gio can just take a massive chunk of your life from a single straight hit.
Yeah, I also love the fact that Scarfell not afraid of the burst there.
ね、わかる。すごいよね、本当に。
I'm going to accept this situation.
Yeah, and we're looking on more even grounds at the beginning of this round. Scarfell almost bringing it
いや、
home,
で
and
か
it
い。
might come in clutch because it's going to be so close. It could be last interaction
It could
for
be.
Scarfell. A big trade.
Oh my god. Snifodu gonna be taking that with a huge 3-1. And what a set indeed.
しっかり読んでたね、最後。バーソー。
That's the positive.
And I mean, we just cannot discount. Snifudu looks so proud to have won that round, propelling it to win his final with the cheers from the crowd. I mean, there's no better feeling from that sort of thing, right? You win the set, you've got all of your friends in the crowd cheering you on. Scarfell, though, absolutely shouldn't be disappointed. Played their heart out.
Yeah, no, I felt that.
Yeah,
So much back and forth.
な。
It's hard to tell who's going to be the winner of that situation. But what it came down to is that Snifodu made so many good reads, held down neutral, and tend to win a lot of the offensive situations. Tend to go crazy with the anti-fuzzies.
No, I completely agree. And both players just play really intelligently, both in a neutral sense and in an offensive sense. The amount of resets at the wall we've seen where either meter hasn't been built for a super knockdown,
両方ともすごい
he's arrived.
オフェンスって言ってたけど。
Coming up to the stage. Yeah, no, both players just playing really smart, and Snifodu taking it.
スマートってどういう風に訳すんやろうね。格ゲーで言うと、なんか賢いとか、普通に訳すと賢いとかっていう風になるけど、インテリジェンスもさ、天才だねとかっていうのかな。今の戦術天才だねっていう意味で使うのかな。どうなんだろう。
I mean, these are two of the best players in their own categories, right? Like Andros, described by some of the people I was chatting to last night as just an absolute wall of a player.
He is essentially a master of the character. In terms of like the best Potemkin in this, like in the world.
あ、まあでも確かにスマートは
probably say it would be
賢いも言うけどかっこいいも言うね。確かに確かに。どんな感じで使うんだろうね。格ゲーだと。
The thing that I'm always the most impressed about watching Andros' gameplay is the defense, right? He's so
Sorry, the crowd's getting me.
Trying to come on, we gotta be professional here.
俊敏的
Andros
かな
is so patient. He's so
なんか
ready
でももうちょっと
to
ね
look
なん
for
か
those
ラフな
gaps
感じで
and
言っ
press
て
the
そうな
exact
感じは
right
するんだ
time
よ
to take it back. And it's
な
those little hit confirms that add up. You know, Potemkin's hit confirms. Jab into heat tackle is not the easiest thing to recognize and do on the fly, but you can do it. You capitalize on Oki, you capitalize on damage. It puts you in such a good position, especially against a squishy
これ
character like
喋って
Zato.
るメガネの人って多分女性やんな。
Zato is going to certainly, without a doubt, have the neutral advantage.
Oh, absolutely.
When it comes to Eddie, Potemkin has options to deal with Eddie. For example, 5P is a pretty solid option. But when it comes to
もうアンドロスさん来るの？
it can be difficult for him to deal with it. He needs to do like 6.
あれアンドロスさんってあれあそうかそうかタイガーポップさんがルーザーズであれかアンドロスさんはウィナーズっていう風に最初話したっけみんなと。
He's able to deal with Eddie. Potemkin is one of the few characters that can bully Zato by himself.
I mean, it's going to be a case of if Andros can get past that mid-range, right?
Yeah.
That's where Zato's going to excel in this matchup. Has a couple of really good lows to stuff out of Temkin's approach. Zato 2S, a really solid button, far-reaching, going to stuff out any hammerful approaches. Andros is going to have to be smart about his approach.
おー、タクの書き方がうまいとか。まあ全体のセンテンスをざっと聞いてじゃないとむずいよな、そこは。
On the ball in high level, and Andros has just understood that to high level. But Sechi is a very scary player in his own right because when it comes down to it,
エボフランスぶりか、アンドロスさんは。その言葉の意味を正しく翻訳するのも学問。いや、常に勉強しなきゃいけないけども、全然勉強できてないね。おととしぐらいから。
You know, I guess is one of the best Zatos in the world. He's Sechi. You know, he comes to probably as the only major that we see Sechi at, and just cleans house. He's in top 8 consistently over the past few years. He's the sort of character that you always want to be keeping your eye on. You always want to be trying to lock down, but there's so little information about his playstyle and how it changes, especially with the new Zato changes and the new sort of Eddie float.
アンドロスさんな気がするな。
And it's so hard to lock that down if you don't have that knowledge.
Maybe アンドロスさんだと思う、個人的には。やはりエボフランスのトップ8を壇上に立ってるとかっていう実績を見てるから。
Let's hear some noise as we get into it, and I'm excited. I am excited.
I'm so excited. This is going to be great.
ザトウの人はイギリスなんだ。
Oh wow, we have got a treat in store. I am certain of it.
No intros, no time wasting, no silly
もう
business.
多分ポチョさん、ねえ、開幕はい
Are we going for 3?
なんでちょっと待って
Wow! What an opener from Andros! And the crowd is going wild!
What are these round stars?
ガチ
This is nuts! I mean, at the end of the day, it's a 50-50, and Sechi's just didn't flip the coin right, you know?
やばいんだけど
That is 3 interactions and round gone. Go next. And now it's Sechi's turn. Time to bring it back. Little rattle from that first round. And we're going to settle back into pressure here.
I mean, on the buzz, the conditioning's done, you know?
Wow. Who could have thought? That is a man who is playing to the crowd.
Yeah, and just like that, the conditioning was done. Went for a lot of 5Ks afterwards, and Sechi was getting hit, but a good
さっきの1ラウンドとさ、この1ラウンドのかかった差がさ、違いすぎるんだけど。
From some psychotic place.
Absolutely. You know, this is a chance for a place in winners finals.
いや、あれ本番でできるの強すぎないマジで。
And Andros is throwing great pop busters.
You have to give up burst there. That's 6H.
Absolutely. Those 6H loops, especially with a player as smart as Andros, who's able to capitalize on them, that's going to be 60% or more of your health gone if you don't burst out.
いやー、硬いね。
Pressure's been set by Sechi. Certainly playing it safe, waiting for the Eddie gauge to come back. And I love the placements from Sechi. Really playing it smart. But the hammerfall PRC TP.
So smart.
Even though it's smart, damage is low, but getting the Okis once and
huge YRC bait from Andros. This is disgusting.
Like, I love the guy. The guy's a teddy bear, right? He's kind of evil.
He's an absolute monster, and he just
おいおい
seems like
さ
he's
デ
in
ィス
Setchi's
カ
head
スティン
for
グ
that
っ
first
て
game.
さやっぱあれだよねイギリスの方でしかあんま聞かないよね
Great block on the tap dart, sets the oppose. So I think there's going to be a bit of a strange one in this matchup against Potemkin. Obviously, you can grab Zato out of oppose, but those big moves that Potemkin can throw out, they're going to be
もういい
useless.
駒投げ
And because throw invincibility's gone, in these scenarios where you get stuck against the command grab from Zato, Potemkin doesn't have that command grab answer anymore. So that's something that he has to respect. Try and make a read on that.
Yeah, nice sword from
ポッ
Setchi
ツ
getting
使い
the
にとって
Eddie game back.
いや最高の褒め言葉だと
Good
思うよ
deflect shield and a jab to kill Eddie. Really smart defense from Andros. This is what we were saying earlier in the pre-match. Just an incredibly smart defensive player.
I mean, you have to be.
いやでも全
Your
然
defense isn't
セッ
really
チさ
that
んでいいのかな
great. That's
セッ
the
チさん
thing. But Setchi takes a very
あやっぱ
important
セッ
round,
チさん
has the burst
セッチさんも
advantage. Not too large, but I'm scared what Andros is going to do. Yeah, okay, keeping it safe. You leave in the crazy place for the first one.
普通セッチさんも
That's the
強
play.
いよ
You can see
な
that Setchi's a little bit
いや
scared
いやいや
about
その
opting
左
for
右の
a
崩しを
round
そんなに耐えられるのす
You
ご
know,
すぎ
you
るんだ
have
け
to
ど
respect Andros representing it, especially going for it on the first round of the game.
Yeah, a lot of damage being dealt here. For sure, now Setchi with the hard knockdown, able to go wild. Baits the goal first, but does it bait the hammer fall?
Catches Setchi looking for the throw. Gets Samoki, nice flick. In the corner against Potemkin. And that's going to be dead. Locked into a...
Yeah, that's burst safe. Yeah, Potemkin is a scary character.
待って待って待って待ってセッチさんがめっちゃさ自分のペース作ってよこれセッチさん取るんやと思ったらそっから勝つんかい
Really, like, scaling friendly move that is heat knuckle at the wall.
Nice. Andros with a huge advantage. Setchi in a defensive situation. Went for a 6H, but PRC keeping it safe.
Andros
Huge
just
punish.
Not quite able to get Setchi down from that flow position. Great 6P from Andros. Maybe not expecting it to hit.
Yeah, it's a good play because the Potemkin Buster, if it's blocked, I think if it's landing,
Easy,
will
yeah.
actually pop Buster out. So there's some high level defense being played. Good 5P
いやマジハイレベルディフェンシングって言ってるお互いいやマジでレベル高いねディフェンス2人とも
Yeah. There is now it's Setchi running the offense. Really high success rate on
でも残るよね
Setchi's command grabs.
Yeah. Oh, big challenge. Into the jump, makes the throw.
Into the heavenly
Potemkin Buster.
The crowd is loving it. Andros, look at him. He is feeling himself now. He's in the groove. Wow. Absolutely no need for
いやみんな
that
テンション上がるんやなほんま実況解説のヘブンリーポチョブキンバスターでめっちゃ盛り上がってる
Adaptation or that next
アイクソに来てくれてありがとう
Not many people would do that. They would take the throw a lot of the time.
I mean, Andros also, as far as a defensive player goes, you can see that he's using health as a resource. He's more than willing to take a health trade on a jab and kill Eddie. Misses the command grab. So unfortunate.
Yeah, but on the positive, you still have the corner. Huge offense being set up. Huge counter hits back to back. And it's clear that Andros is trying to get a bit mashy on defense.
いやでもセッチさんもな普通に
Yeah, I guess when you're 2-0 up, you're almost counting on Setchi
めっちゃ崩してるし取ってるんだけど
It's exactly what you have to
それ以上にやっぱポツのリターンがでかすぎるな本当に角と折った時の
I love this adaptation from Setchi. Well aware, the hammer falls has been the biggest problem when it comes to this show. So he's been sending a ton of these.
The PRC Buster.
ねえ紫ロボキャ滑り込んでくるのやめて
Brought to you by Andros.
Oh,
さすがにねさすがにめっちゃ追っかけてきたよねあれめっちゃ怖かったんだけど私
I think what it came down to is he was close to a bar, so he's thinking, oh, I can block this out. Wasn't ready for the chip damage. But good mashup, you've killed Eddie, and now Zato needs to play in this very awkward scenario where Potemkin
Oh, nice 6P, not letting Andros get away with any shenanigans in the air.
はい、ここに来てくれてありがとう。そう、今ね、プラチナ大会かなアークワールドツアー、はい、アークワールドツアーのVS ファイティング14、これプラチナ大会です。今回日本人はいないんだけど、海外の方々もね、見ようと思ってね。
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
I'm gonna go. What do we think? Will it kill?
こんなにヘブンリー見ることある？
Sending Andros to set point.
おかしい。
calling kills, by the way, so I'm happy I got that.
こんなにヘブンリー見たことないって。
Killing Eddie again. These are what's making Andros win neutral. Because since Eddie's gone, Zhao does actually struggle.
This is exactly what I mean. He's more than willing to take that hell trade, use it as a resource. Because you know, a jab's worth of health for Potemkin is so much less powerful than a full Eddie gauge gone.
Exactly. Into the super, sending the shark for the munch, getting you through the wall.
Sechi does seem to be clawing it back slowly but surely.
いやまあもう壁際でもう崩して通るしかないよな多分。
Huge combo here, able to send you through the wall, heavily scaled, so not a lot of damage, but the advantage is certainly in Sechi's side with this hard knockdown.
Oh yeah.
いやまだ安心できない。
Kills Eddie in. Oh wow. JD to the pot buster.
This is winnable from here. You have to beat the first.
8-2. Are we gonna see it? He just walked in. Wow. Incredible moves from Andros. A huge and deserved pop-off.
ちょっと待って頭おかしくなる頭おかしくなる。
Well done, Andros, taking that set for you.
マジでやばいよね今の。おかしい。だってあとさあとちょっとだったのに。あとちょっとでめっちゃさ。セツさんあとちょっとでめっちゃ体力残ってる状態で逆転すんごいマジですんごい
We've got some great games coming up in Tiger Pop Precho and Poke Macmens. Both of these players are then going to be looking to face Sechi, which is
いやね、アンドロスさんってスペインだったね。
One of the best players of the tournament. I mean, all of these players are the best players of the tournament at this point.
I see them walking, man. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Losers side.
Losers side round 1 in this top 8.
Tiger Pop さんが
absolutely nuts. I mean, this is a historic 1v1, right? We saw it recently at Meltdown.
いるのが信じられないってことだから、ハイレベルって言ってるのかな。
We've seen it throughout the ages. When Tiger Pop was on Happy Chaos or on ABBA, now onto Jacko though.
Yeah, but what I think it comes down to as well is that
Tiger Pop
has been a huge learning curve for, of course, like Tiger Pop, right? Happy Chaos main, ABBA main. いやなんかケイオスみたいなこと言ってたけど、ケイオス、アバ、最後ジャッコーって言ってた？なんて言ってた？
You could write a book. If you wanted to note down all of the setups that a Jacko can do to you. And I doubt you'd be able to finish it in a full season of Guilty Gear Strive. And it's the joy of watching Jacko players, like we were saying yesterday, where every Jacko player plays just that little bit differently. I absolutely love their Jacko. The countdown combos are such a refreshing difference.
I feel like Tiger Pop and Athenia are the two characters I know, well, players even, that experiment with the countdown.
あれやな、タイガーポップさん手前の人やんな。
However, it's a bit hard to say. And as we go into this, I can imagine the scene really divided.
手前の人やったはず。
These are essentially they're champions.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, the heads of the British scene in many ways. And it's such a shame that one of them has to go down now. めっちゃしんどいってずっと言われてるもんね。 But, you know, if we're going to talk about
2.0 来てから。
character, prowess on the character, you absolutely cannot discount Precho. The inputs, the pure physical skill to do some of the inputs that Precho is doing in these such tight situations, you know, dash behemoths, you know, all these sorts of things, all this knowledge surrounding the security gauge, frame traps, knowing how plus you are and what you can do to your opponent. You know, she's just a master at her character.
でもなんか結構アバしんどいとかっていう話を聞くやんか。でもそんなにあれやんな、大型調整とかこやんやんな、キャラクターの。
either insanely strong, insanely weak, and right now, kind of in this spot where everybody's talking about where's his current strength. And I think a lot of people are confident.
なんかいつぐらいに来るとかってもう決まってんのかな。さすがにまだ決まってないか。まあ3ヶ月ぐらいしか経ってへんし。
Tiger Pop has, you know, historically struggled into Gold List.
正直ザッコーもあんまいけてるキャラじゃないとは思うけど、どうなんやろな。さすがに前はあまりにも過ぎたからさ、まあ火力すごかったもんな。まあ次の調整
It doesn't happen as often as it used to. Like if we talk about
あれでもギルティってどのくらいのタイミングで調整来ると？
quite a lot you would see that, and then obviously season 2 you'd see a lot, season 3 another situation you'd see a lot, but not with Wild Assault because I'd get rid of the minions.
今来たとしてもね、まだみんな仕上がってるわけではないもんな、多分わかんないけど。そもそもほら、もうタイガーポップさんみたいに変えてる可能性もあるから。
I mean, I don't know if you've seen the potential for OTG damage or minions. They can lock you out of about like quarter of your health, and that is unburstable guaranteed damage.
This is true.
You know, if you want to close out around safely and effectively, a couple of minions on the OTG will do the job for you.
Yep.
ディキディキディキディキいるでディキディキ。
I'm still so curious how this can play out because
その頻度リスク
this
ない。
is one where it's like
あ、で、火力もそうやけど、最弱モードが最弱じゃないとか、無敵を透かすとかいろいろあったような。なるほどね。
But if I had to put my money on any player, here's a prediction coming at you. I think Precho will be the one to take this.
いや、でも8月来ないんじゃないかな。どうだろう。
Well, it's a keyword prediction.
Keyword prediction indeed.
If it doesn't happen, so of course, I just guess bad.
I think my main
秋の
prediction
キャ
is
ラク
that we
タ
are
ー
going
か
to see an
秋のキャラクター
absolute
実装
stormer
時
of
に
a
来そう
game.
か
You know, a legacy game, a historic game. Tiger Pop versus Precho!
Yeah, don't even ask the crowd who they're going to support. Like,
タイガ
they'll
ー、
be too divided.
そうか、タイガーポップさんもそうか、イギリスか。いや、そう、コラボキャラも何が来るのかマジで楽しみすぎる。
One last time, let us hear it.
プレチョ。
Alright, here we go. And we're in the jam stage as well. Such a beautiful
もう
stage.
ジャムのステージって。
And round start, going to Tiger, gaining first blood, and just like you're stuck into the corner.
Yeah,
Huge
big
combo.
counter hit on the kick, taking you to the corner, setting a minion. TK Behemoth getting you out. Really nice plays.
そう、タイガーポップさんがケイオスじゃないっていうことはさ、ジャックさん何なんだろうねってめっちゃ気になる。
That's going to deal a solid chunk of change. And now I need to look this way. Able to put on the offense, of course. Able to just go for the jump into JP's well defended.
まだジャックさんだってさ、試合で見てない気がする。エボでも見なかったもんね、ジャックさん。
Yeah, it's a scary situation here, but we're off to play neutral to burn it down, sending the laser.
Tiger Pop
desperately tried.
Really nice answer. Jump up high. Just make sure Goldless cannot get behind you before you see it.
ロボ会か
And a
シ
lot
ン。
of IBs on the
なるほどね、
laser
ジャック
as
さん
well.
今
I
ロボ
don't know if
会
you
ラ
saw
ンキン
that
グ
in
1
the
マジ
air.
か、じゃあロボ会やんの
Tiger
今やってん
Pop
の。
taking round 1. That's going to be
めっ
huge.
ちゃ見たいんだ
You
が
want to start with the lead. You cannot let Gold Lewis get going because as soon as he starts running his pressure, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, what a 2P. Able to deny that minion.
Late frames of 2D hitting. What a button as well.
Yeah. Oh, the BRC mix. That's going to allow for a minion setup.
Yeah!
Desperately looking for a shield pick.
いや、さすがのタイガーポップさんやな。
A lot of 2P on defense. So it's clever call out.
Oh, nice Skyfish from Precho. Also, noted
Skyfish
really nice patience on the burst, holding out. Tiger Pop desperately wanting to take that from Precho.
Nice.
Oh, and
Very
now it's
unfortunate.
Precho's turn.
Very,
She
very
hasn't had a sniff this round so far, and now you just see the chip damage and that risk gauge is going up.
いや、うまいこと入れ替える。うまい。ボクシンスカセ。
into the huge knockdown. JH same side. And that is without a doubt
Oh.
death, even in the super to make sure. I don't even think you needed that.
Yeah, get the
Yeah.
720.
これうまい
It's
ね。
just a, you know, it's a confirmed kill, right? You get that 720,
プリッ
you
チョさん
churn
でいい
it
よ。プリッ
out,
チョさんでいいのかな。
finish off the round, and we're back to 1-1. And I gotta say, it's looking totally back to back up and back, you know? Like, I could not call where this is gonna go. It's so even.
Oh,
And it's just these snowballs from both players. Nice BRC from Tiger Pop, catching the mash out.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of mileage out of these tap dusts as well. And
Yes. The meter usage has just been so
Yep.
clever for
Oh
stopping
my
a lot
God.
of these defensive options that Precho wants to use. Because Precho is a clever defender, knows when to mash, so you need to use meter to stop that.
yeah, a really nice patience. Like you say, knows when to mash. Is not falling for any of these shield points from Jack. Nice 6H.
That's a combo!
いや、マジで私も思ってる一生。なんで投げ抜けられるのっ
That's
て。
so much damage.
いや、マジでそうマッチダメージすぎる。
B-Tech version.
いや、爆発性うますぎだよね、さっきから。
That is an incredibly smart pickup from Precho. Spending the
うわ、
burst.
逃がさないんだ。う
Oh,
わ
snip
ー
of pressure. Behemoth on the deflect shield. Wow.
うまー
Just Wow, these two players are
いや、戦法がうますぎた、マジで。
down to a lot of time is, well, this is fighting games in a nutshell, is calling out a lot of the defensive options that have gone down. It's just that Tiger Pop, whenever they have to call it the defensive option, they have to give up meter. Whereas Precho
あそこ熱かったな。いや、絶対壁から逃がさないからっつって。
Oh, for sure. It's
下
also
は
a,
サンダ
it's
ー
like
バ
a
ード
risk
飛ん
reward
だ
kind
ら
of deal, right?
ゲージ
Jacko's
さ生かし
risk
て
of
バースト
getting a defensive option
いやうまか
wrong
った
is so
今
much greater than Gold Lewis's, just on a health standpoint, you know?
Countdown. Oh,
There it is, burst out, totally understandable. Jacko
Ay,
is a bit of a dark horse, can pull out quite a lot of damage with the right kinds of setups.
カウンターめっちゃう
Gold Lewis
まい
fast
確
last,
定
for some reason a man with a disjointed fist.
もう今のそれ爆睡を受け
It's,
るん
it's
や
the
ま
horseshoe. It's the horseshoe.
Ooh, nice burst out, not letting Precho get any of that damage.
What? Yes. Oh
Really
my God.
great defense over the drone in the air. Gonna get the big super 1080 through the wall.
Aye, aye, aye. A lot of damage to be dealt. And with this hard knockdown, Golos is great with hard knockdowns.
Ooh, nice option from Tiger Pop, keeping it nice and passive, not going for anything too committal.
Yeah. The one thing that does suck about Golos, oh well. Never mind,
まず
going into the
長
offense,
官の人
staggering
う
away,
ま
goes
い
for 5H.
Oh, nice
Oh.
throw.
マ
Yeah,
ジ
that was
で
clever. What happened was Tiger Pop could have threatened the kick, but wanted to stagger into a throw, and Precho made the read to tech the throw.
Yeah.
However, too early, caught Tiger.
Yeah,
What?
I mean, you know, Tiger representing a RC as well, so
Yeah,
it's a really
yeah.
smart delay from Precho, and it pays dividends, you know?
It does.
二人ともバッ
So
ク
these
してうまい
intelligent
な
plays are going to be the difference. Big guard crush on the countdown, and now it's Tiger Pop's turn. Precho in the corner, masks on the minions.
おー強化を入れてね
You got to hold down back and pray.
Oh,
Really,
yeah.
really good air through from Tiger Pop. Nice and patient from Precho.
Oh no, that's a nasty behemoth just like
Wow, what a backdash
Oh,
again!
Straight on the
Basso.
burst as well. Tiger made
読んで
two clean reads in a row, but the damage is so minuscule. You need another
And
half
a
a
great
second.
CP. Tiger Pop, an absolute master at backdash.
いやでも本当に勝ったんよね
You know, that is not
な
an
んで
easy
そん
thing
な
to
に
do,
崩れない
especially
ん
with
で
the
す
late
かって
active
感じ
frames of some of these 862s and 842s.
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know the counterplay, if you're on it when you're fighting Golos, you can backdash a good chunk of the behemoths. However, a lot of it is guesswork and a lot of it is reaction work, and you need to be ready for both.
I mean, this is exactly what I was saying earlier about the risk or reward as well. You know, Jacko gets some really good reward off these backdashes, but the risk is,
いやまあバック
especially in
ス
the
テの
corner,
と
getting
ころ
hit by a
普通に
BT,
攻撃合わせられたりとかしたら痛いから
The
な
triple clapper, we got the free minions on the screen.
だからうまいんだよな二人ともなんでその当たらないバックステができるんだろうって
Just able to stop the counterplay from Precho. Big damage here. Opts for the Oki Behemoth. Gets the JX, but no conversion. BRCs again, something we're seeing a lot in this tournament.
Yeah, Precho getting a lot of spare hits, but she's certainly making the most out of all of them. Trying to look at cool. Oh, tries to get in, but it's not going to happen. It just lands a bit of a back and forth. The BRC,
And there's the BRC
into the
again.
throw.
Gonna get the GG. Wow, I did not think that would kill that.
GG.
Same. And just like that, we've got a neck and neck game 1-1, and that's going to tell you how the rest of this is.
いや取ったねタイガーポップさん
Absolutely. Both of these players are going to be nervous to their absolute core. One of them has to go.
Honestly,
You are fighting for your chance to claw your way back into this
いや
competition.
でかい
And you're
選手
fighting
から
against the best of opponents.
You really are. Nice. Going for the backdash. Chases with the 6P. I like
Really,
these
really
options.
nice.
Uman!
And a nice
Oh.
backdash goes for the same side overhead this time. Almost gets the drone conversion. Precho there. That was scary. Something you've got to be really aware of. Burst on the PRC, not wanting to take any
は
of
い
the
空港に
damage.
来てくれてありが
Oh, here
と
he
うそう
comes.
今ね
Oh,
タイガーポップさん弱行になっ
Minion
て
is there.
る
You've got the corner unlocked. Now you've got two more playing around with the offense in the corner. And so far, we're just going to get railed with the
Good.
RC.
Huge
Oh,
pressure
no.
from Tiger Pop. Holding the corner. Big blocks from Precho. BRC back.
Nice. And the close flash. I love these staggers from Tiger Pop. We're well aware. Precho's mashy. So Tiger Pop is adapted the game plan, made the next change, and went like, I'm not going to do this like PRC, BRC stuff.
すごっ
I'm just going to do jab.
いやマジダッソで
frame trap.
崩れないの
Yeah,
何って感じよなこんだけダッソ
When
打ってんの
you're
に
so
みたい
far
な
down the layers of gameplay, you know, with
Aye.
Jacko mix up,
でもあの
with
距離だ
Goldlewis
った
mix
ら
up.
あの距離だったらとかっていうのがあんのかな
Oh.
I believe in the FGC we
下
call
段
it
の
optimal
崩しないでしょ
reset.
みた
I
い
like to
な
call it a drop.
分からんけど
Oi, BRC.
I'm here for it.
Oh!
Big BRC.
はいみんな空港に来てくれてありがとう
Yeah, like I was saying, when you're so many layers down the mix-ups, sometimes taking it back to the basics, taking it back to just simple frame traps, going back to just absolute basics, and it's paying dividends for Tiger. It's working out, but just couldn't close out that last round. Gets the 2D, big
huge counter with the close slash into the overhead, able to stagger away, went for more throws, and I realized Precho's doing this because a lot of our offense is strength-based, and Tiger has been dealing with it well, so you need to represent more throws, and I like that adaptation.
I mean, this is the joy of two players who play each other a lot in the offline scene, you know? We're not starting at layer 1, we're not starting at level 1, these players play each other offline and online consistently.
もうさ、ディキンソンでさ、バカデカカウンター見ると攻撃力に震えちゃう。
Goes for the reset, big throw.
Could go for another type of throw.
What a deflection, but it doesn't finish it. You have to be finishing your play there. Wow.
I know we don't like Brussels sprouts, right? But they're good for you.
You've got to finish your play
だいぶ
there.
タイガーポップさんペースになってきた
You
な。
know, it's the type of player you give her an inch, she's gonna take a mile, especially with Goldless.
Oh my God, Tiger Pop, they did so well with the corner pressure there into the resets. Well aware Precho in these lower health scenarios may go for a deflect shield and just waited patiently.
Oh, absolutely. They're really, really smart on their minion placements and their spacing in the corner. You know, Precho is a very, very patient player, is looking for the gaps to mash in. And Tiger Pop is just taking the chance to take the spacing. Wow, they have their combos. We get pickups there. Take to the corner, big counter hit, going for the burst bait.
Yeah.
Not this time. Really nice and patient from Precho.
Yeah, この壁すごいな。
Tiger Pop went for 3 burst baits in a row and didn't get it. There was no bait on that bait.
For spending an early burst.
いやまあでも今の
Good air throw.
Good air throw indeed.
I hear that's a very EMEA thing to do.
でもさ、今のディキンソン側さ、壁際からノーゲージで抜けるのにいい作戦だよな。狙ってやってるかわからんけど。
Wow, that is the nerves showing there. That is absolutely the nerves.
Yeah, I just took a look at Tiger, just a smile like, oh yeah, I messed up.
What a throw shimmy. Precho facing a match point situation against Tiger Pop. It is down to the wire. You have to play your heart out here.
Yeah. Got the minion, able to close slash stagger, and the minion's allowed for even more offense here. And it's the defensive one. Can he kill him? He is the wall.
Oh, nice behemoth out. Precho has represented some really, really smart outs of the Jacko corner pressure. And a throw back. This could be it. It's got to be simple. You've got to keep it nice and steady. Great fuzzy into the line. Is it going to be enough?
No. 1 HP, barely alive. And now Tiger Pop with the burst could go for it, but that would be a hero play.
いや、そうだよな。もうそれやるだけで勝てるもんな、確かに。でもそこを読んでたのか、タイガーポップさん。
It's gonna be some of the last interactions.
だってディキディキは今の無理せんでよかったしな。いやでもさすがに打つね。
Wow!
Aye, that was a good play from Precho. Not only did the cross cut, obviously turning around for it, but yeah, on the money, because that is a good way to stop that like fake cross-up shenanigans. But here we go, good connection, getting some decent hits with the minion into the parry. Well aware 6B on defense has been a clear thing at times, so these parry baits have been so well placed.
Yeah, these the counter hit, the counter poke 6P has been a really core aspect of both Tiger Pop and Precho's neutral.
Yeah,
you know. Goldless is able to represent some massive buttons. When you're bearing down on Jacko who can 2D you from full screen, it's a risky option.
Unkillable. The face of Jacko able to go wild.
Goes for a shimmy. Really, really patient mash from Precho and converts with a nice little confirm. Wow, 2K to RC. Really smart.
Yeah, even though the minion was there, TOP8 was still punishable because of the way it hit. It wasn't a delayed hit. Nice.
A nice jump out from Tiger Pop. Gonna get the kick. Reset the
That's gonna be it.
This is gonna be it. And that is it. Tiger Pop is able to close it out on Precho.
My prediction was certainly
いやー、キャラ変わっても強いな。でも誰がルーザーズに落としたんだろう。タイガーポップ選手は以前無敵技がないキャラを使っていたから今はとても楽そう。
It was such a close game, and I don't think accurately represents that score. You know, the love for these players has been absolutely astounding. The crowd has been wonderful, and it's clear that they see both of these as our representatives from the British
すごいな。
But this next set coming up.
最初でもディキンソン側があると思ったんだ
So
け
we
ど
got
な。
Pokey, of course. That's going to be another Jackal on the screen, another flavor of the Jackal, if you will. And Macmans, fella coming from America. And I got to talk to Macmans because he's someone I get to commentate a lot in the NA scene, both for TNS, Paragon.
A bit of the ghost on the British side of the scene, as it often is, you know, coming across the pond. It's
ケイ
a
オ
long
スに
way.
育てられた防御
And
力。
getting to talk to Macmans.
いやでも本当に実際防御
done quite well
ない人しんどいよ。ガチしんどいと思う。
Essentially a major within his region because a lot of the top players go there.
Yeah.
And he's been sticking in with the
その
Angie.
防御に
And
無
he
敵技か。
considers himself the heel of this bracket, so he's the bad guy. He sees a lot.
I feel like considering yourself the heel is the sign of a showman, right?
Yeah.
You know, we see a couple of players like that, the players who almost want to play to the crowd. It was a bit like Andros earlier. Considering yourself a heel almost allows
Andros
you to...
is a hero, bro. He's a hero. I look up to him.
A showman more is what I mean.
Yeah.
Considering yourself a heel, it allows you to almost fuel yourself on the crowd reaction a little bit, right? Even if they're not necessarily supporting you, they're supporting your opponent. You know, you're out here to put on a show, and you're playing Angie, a really solid character, but also
今も
requiring
ヘノヘ
a
ノ
good
ジャック
bit
で
of
勝てる
patience
の
and
マ
knowledge
ジ
to
でわか
play.
らんよ。
This is true. Despite being a simple character in terms of the way he functions,
いやまあ
he
で
really
も
wants to do it, he wants to self-urgent, and
ど
he's
うなんだろう
arguing
その
based
前
on
バージョンのキャラクターと比較したらヘニョヘニョのキャラクターおるけど平均で見たらっていうところはだいぶもう3ヶ月ぐらい経ってなんかティア表とか出てきたの。あそこら辺全然分かってないんだけどさ。前バージョンと比較したらっていうところはあるけど今バージョンいろいろなんか一律でキャラクター見たときになんかどうなんだろうっていう。
If there are any yokais in the crowd, give us a cheer. There they are, supporting for Pokey.
Yeah. So it's a very interesting case for Pokey. This is like a little bit of an underdog.
なんかその周りも結局平均化されてるっていうところをだからインフレを抑えた結果どうなってるんやろうっていうところはめっちゃ気になるね。
As much as Angie represents a really strong neutral presence,
あ、
his
さっき
defensive options
の
are
あれか、ウィナーズで戦ってた右足使いの人負けたんだ。
some
意
great
外。
access to this sort of mid-range. 2P does do everything. He's got an excellent 5P and excellent 6P. But as far as when you're locked down under Jacko pressure, that is a hard place to be under the cosh when you don't haveなんだかんだみんな下がったし、アバとかじゃなければみんないけそう。そうなんかみんな平均化した中でもアバはやばいんでしょ。そう、そこだけは分かってるんだけどね。他のキャラクターとかって実際どうなんだろうって感じがする。
It was super strong. It was a plus on block guard crush.
You had to. He got to enforce his pressure after that neutral scale.
Yeah. So the way he sees it is like, oh, I did that, I've won. But now it's an RPS where it's like, if I've parried a projectile, that doesn't mean I win. That means I need RPS, and if I go for fish in his block, I need to take a turn.
I mean, it's why
and if
you're
I
seeing...
do nothing and I'm wrong about it, I take a turn.
Yeah, exactly. It's why you're seeing more Angies not even opting to take the fish on a successful spin parry. You're more seeing people ending the spin, going for a close slash, trying to run that pressure from the beginning.
And
I see a little chuckle from you.
That's a song you don't hear often as well.
You know what? I'm a big fan of it. We were having a little bit of a conversation about the Strive soundtrack, which, you know, in my opinion, I'm sure an opinion shared by many of the crowd here, it's one of the among the best soundtrack of fighting games out there.
キャラのバランスはすごい取れてると思う。アバが厳しいくらい。
You know, I can definitely
ってなる
understand
と
it,
さ、
but
なんか
I've
そ
lost a bit
の
of love
去
for it.
年
I'm
と
a
かや
big
った
fan
ら
of
さ、
extras personally.
私は去年から見始めたけど、その去年とかやったらもうハッピーケイオスやべえみたいな感じだったけど、今は多分このキャラがやべえっていうのはあんまなさそうだよね。
That I'd be sick. That I'd be like absolutely
いや、わ
not
からん
turn
け
it
どな。
off. Yeah. But it seems like we're opting for Crawl, another great, great banger.
Yeah, indeed.
I mean, it's a real apt representation of how McMahon sees himself. You know, a boss fight.
Yeah.
This is heel versus underdog.
Yeah. So we have the villain of today's bracket. MacMan's up against Pokey, the underdog. How are we feeling about it, crowd?
アメリカから
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a hype set indeed. Can't wait to see how this plays out. MacMan's, I do think, has better accolades in America. So it's going to be a very interesting case here.
Oh, nice big start from the Fujin. Pokey going for a
でもなんかそう
passive
前
round
は
start. Caught on the
な
back
んだっ
dash.
け前エボかなんか韓国の大会見てる時にみんなと喋ってた時にやべえっつってたのはザトウとナゴとザトウナゴ
in sets
あ
like
と
this
なんだ
where
っ
it's
け
a bit touch and go.
邪道だがあと1体って言ってたよね
Now,
確か
despite the fact that
でも
projectiles can
ポ
be
チ
an
ョいや
issue
ポチョ
for
じゃないか
Harry,
なんだったっけ
if they don't come
な
up,
言ってたよねみん
it's
な
not a
で
problem. So far, Magnets is holding down their
あレオ
team
だ
pretty
レオ
well,
だ
and it's
そう
just putting
レオ
Pokey in the blender. Pokey's going for a lot of retreat and play, and Magnets is playing to that with all-out aggression.
Absolutely, and that big 2H as
あ
well.
であとラ
Something
ムも
we've
だ
seen again
そう
and
だ
again
そ
in
う
this
だラム
tournament.
レザルも
Goes
や
to the
ばいみたい
overhead,
なこと言
caught
ってた
on
よ
the
ね
Fujin, and it's just in the blender. What do you do there?
I know what's
海外では
happening.
ポチョが
Pokey
最
is
強
panicking a little bit,
いや
waiting
さ
for
っ
the
きの
2H.
アンドロスさん
Like
の
C4
ポチョを
slash,
見
that
る
can lead
と
to 2H, and you do need
めっちゃおもろい
challenge
マジ
that.
で
However, Pokey is too challenging right now,
Yeah.
and Magnets is taking advantage of that.
There's a time to be brave and there's a time to be patient. And now is the time to be patient and learn about your
すんな
opponent.
りと
And Macnens is really taking advantage of the fact that
まあ
Pokey is
どの
really
ゲ
trying to
ー
be
ム
brave,
も
trying
マ
to
ジ
catch up
格
these
ゲ
two
ーだけじゃ
edges.
なくてどの
Macnens
ゲームも
isn't
多
falling
分
for it.
Really isn't.
海外と日本でキャラ評価マジで変わるよね。もうお国柄的なその民族としての考え方とか違うからもうそもそも。
Oh my gosh! I didn't block it.
それが多分プレイスタイルに出る。
Nice IBs on the 5H, looking for a punish, but cancels into a minion retreat.
Aye, and now Angie has a fantastic button for dealing with the minions as we see here, and only Fujin, but 2S.
Shield, what an incredible button.
いや今のうまかったな。アーカのサーバント潰すのに対して防御で多分あれ防いだってことでしょ。
Yeah. And as Jakku, you know, you have some good answers to it. You can go for a jumping normal, set a minion, and you can really turn the tables there if you're willing to look for it. But it's so many layers deep looking for that fan, right? Smart play from Pokey into the super to deny the burst.
Elysium driver. A little bit of a comeback for sure. Pokey in the last game was basically non-present, and now Magnets is feeling that. He's like, okay, you've stepped up your level. I see you as a player now. I'm going to try to be a bit smarter about these minion plays.
なるほどね、サーバントってさ、そうだよ。
What you expect from players? Wow,
確かに。
私
ジャック王とあんま戦ったことないし、ジャック王も使ったことがないけど、この戦いで見て初めて知ったのはサーバントって。打撃当てたら消えるけど、サーバント自身防御させるとダメよっていうのができるってことなんだ。
Try up for a bit more offense. The 5H into the Fujin catches with the Nagiha and hides the corner. Oh,
catches again. The pickups off Nagiha lead to such good Oki. Block the overhead. There's that 6P that we're seeing time and time again. A really, really solid anti-air.
防御指令。
Here's the next adaptation. I just saw.
なんか防御指令って何のために使うんだろうとかって思ってたけど、こういうことだったんだなっていうのがこの人の戦いで多かった。
Yep.
やっぱ格ゲーってなんかやってなくてもてかまあ格ゲーもそうやし。どのゲームもそうやけど、やってなくても見てても勉強になって強くなるからな。すごいよな。
Or it'll be too little, too late.
Oh, aye. But here we go. Try to chase for the anti-air, but as we can tell, Magnets getting denied a lot by the minions in each JD. He's holding space perfectly.
I mean, yeah, really nice, like spatial stalling from Pokey. You know, using the jump back fireball to your advantage. The minion set, nice tap dust.
Nice. Huge combo
to the
here.
Wall. Get the minion, run up, throw. There it is. Both players starting to mix up their options. And you've got to be holding down back for your life. Magnens not giving up any FD on defense here. Wow, really nice and patient from Pokey, but not able to punish.
No, I see the reads. Like you're sitting on a minion, meaty minion makes sense. That's a huge counter hit. That could be the start of a comeback.
I mean,
Pokey
a really
does not
nice
have burst.
pickup from Magnens as well. Opts to not break the wall. You know you're not going to build the meter.
Oh, you're not dead. But this is a one-hit scenario type
Absolutely.
scenario.
And in the corner against Angie, jumps out into the butterfly. Really nice block. Goes for an offensive goal burst.
Yeah. And when Magnens went around, quiet, silent.
いや、今の悔しいな。
The crowd cheers. There's that heel underdog relationship, and I get the feeling that it's fueling Magnens. You know, the rage that fuels you.
Through talking to him, it certainly feels like that's his character, right? He's coming into this like prime rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's almost really nice to see people, you know, taking to the showmanship side of the event. At the end of the day, you are playing in front of a crowd. You're playing to entertain. And Magnens is definitely doing that. Wow, what a throw. Great answer from Pokey. A risky answer.
Oh, aye. But when you've got this minion in play,
oh wow! I did not know you could get the punish on the flight shield.
いやこれさ
it can be tricky, but it's certainly
き
doable.
ついよな体力もしくはテンションゲージゴリゴリ減るから
Can you argue 70% versus 20%? Hero burst in
I don't know if you can call it a hero burst with Angie, because I mean we've seen Mac Men's represent some incredible comebacks, and you know with Angie guts and Angie health, with so much of this round left, you know he's developing so much burst already.
Yeah. I sense a parry super coming from Mac Men's soon. I think that's what he's holding on. Oh, but unfortunately not gonna happen. Maybe he went for a jump and got clapped, but it is what it is. And now Mac Men's down around.
I mean, with 3 minions on you, there's so little that you can actually get away with, especially with such a smart Jacko that Pokey is.
Aye.
Nice, goes for the shimmy. Mac Men's not falling for anything, not willing to bite. Big Fujin looking for an answer from Pokey. Pokey plays it really smart. That guard point, we've seen it so often from both of the Jacko players in this bracket.
I feel like Mac Men's has been trying his best to represent a lot of the key normals that are good in this matchup, but Pokey's adapted, and now the neutral is in Pokey's favor with the burst speed. Pokey going up 2-1.
よく読んでたね。
Yeah, he's facing elimination. This is a huge.
まあでも打たざるを得なかった感じなのかな。
Pokey just has that crowd presence supporting. You know, you've got the yokai and all of the British team rooting.
当て身持ち勢はただでさえ JP が某 JP って言ってももうそれ隠せてないんだよね。それを軽く超える某それ誰？鱗崎さん。
That's why we were a little bit patient on the offense.
Yeah, I mean we've seen it from again both of the Jacko players. Really, really smart. The minion set to look for a punish on the 5-8. Such smart placement from Pokey.
Oh, what a 6H.
That's where that object permanence is really coming into play, right? That minion goes off screen, and it's so hard with all of the stuff that Jacko's doing in front of you to remember that you've got a threat coming down from off the top row.
Yeah, and
何が対策にならない当て身なんてあるわけ。令和っすよ。あ、画廊か。これ画廊のねキャラクターわかんないんだよな。
Good mask super. Mac Men's just unable to get out. Pokey is bearing down on Mac Men's and is 1 round away from being propelled just 1 step further in this bracket.
However, here's the thing about America. Here's the thing about America. Mac Men's is used to these scenarios. He's been down a ton and a ton and a ton, and the amount of sets I've commentated to this, man, a comeback could happen.
I mean, we saw this with the Amanita set, where Amanita really, really stressed Mac Men's out, took it to the absolute wire, but Mac Men's, time and time again, not the type of player to give up. You know, he's going to play his heart out, and he's going to take it to the absolute wire. Big 2Hs.
I think that was like the first 2H.
Big spin.
There he is, not seeing the fish, opting to let the spin ride out, go for a close lap.
Yep, that's exactly the RPS you got to play into. But now, Mac Men's has the burst, and that's why Pokey went for the jump, not going to get it.
Great blocks from Mac Men's, blocking in all directions. Wow. Really impressive. Doesn't fall for the burst phase. Runs under the fireball. And with 100 meters, this might just be enough.
No. Wait, that may be a 1 HP scenario. That's really skilled. But the Guts Crush could do it.
It does! Huge from Mac Men's. Able to take burst into this final round is going to be absolutely crucial. It gives you just 1 last lifeline to take it to a final game.
Like I was telling you, this is like Mac Men's classic. He's used to making the comeback.
Excellent 6P.
Wow. Fujin overheads.
Really good option as well to cancel into Fujin to start your pressure off of denying minions.
And Mac Men's has made a very interesting adaptation. It's just been doing run-up 6-speed.
Yeah,
now,
I mean, Pokey's been representing this jump back fireball. Mac Men's just run under it, you know, it's a classic that we've seen time and time again. You don't necessarily think of it as your first option.
That, and no offense to Angie means, that is a very ignorant normal, right? So you may as well.
You've got to make use of it. It's hitting so high up. And you know, if you're spinning as well, you have the opportunity to represent code. And there's the burst bait. Humongous from Pokey. Great read. Mac Men fought it absolutely tooth and nail to the very wire.
Aye, very unfortunate for Magnus getting knocked out of the bracket, but put on a good show. And we're getting the Poke chance, standing up for the region.
See the representation of the little Jacko plush. We love to see it. We love to see a good pop off. We love to hear a good chant from the crowd. It's so great to have the energy behind you, to have your scene backing you up every step of the way. It's just unfortunate that Magnus couldn't get his comeback, and he definitely deserved to take it to a final game.
I feel sorry for a lot of the Americans that stayed up watching this, like hoping to support their boy and continue on. But you know, it is what it is. I mean,
the British crowd really loving it as well.
Like, don't get me wrong, Magnus did a fantastic job. It's just at the end of the day, it's a very stressful matchup in a lot of ways. And I felt like Poke played that very well, looking out for the baits, looking out for the burst, and played around the 6B very well in that last round.
Yeah.
It was such a game of adaptations and such quick ones from both players. You know, we saw Poke adapt to the really patient gameplay of Magnus. Then Magnus adapt with the 6P. Then Poke coming back. It was just like a game of chess. You know, both players are going back and forth, trying to read each other's moves.
I think that is the best way. Game of chess. And that's what a lot of people tend to associate fighting games with, right? It's chess with inputs, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, boil it down, it's rock, paper, scissors, right?
なんか自分のその知ってるタイトル国内でやってほしいファイナル。あ、まあでも両国もあるけど。
It's going to be Tiger Pop versus Sechi, two of the key players here from the scene.
Another historic matchup. You know, we've seen this in
なんかそういうでかい大会じゃなくて、
you know, for Tiger Pop, this kind of is the ghost of versus fighting coming to haunt them.
Yeah. Like
ファイナルズにつながるコミュニティ大会とかを行ってみたい。
Sechi traveled a bit more to these offline events.
そう、戦山が去年やったんやけどな、ガチで。
Really do bits in terms of tournament sure. You would really see him pop off.
You know, he's an absolute.
Yokohama Harbor.
He is an absolute monster on offense and on defense.
食べてみたかっ
You know,
た。
running a character through
戦山初めて見た時、横浜ハーバーのめっちゃくちゃ CM やっててさ、そんな美味しそうなもんめっちゃ食べたいんやけど。
Okay, yeah, no, we are again. I saw Tiger Pop go back and I saw Scarfell and I'm like, maybe no, it's definitely Sechi versus
Sketchy, yeah, Sechi Tiger Pop.
Yeah.
Like we're saying, Sechi, if he turned up to other
国内のでかい大会盛り上がってほしいけど、スポンサーついてくれない。
I think Tiger Pop and Sechi, this is such an even match. You know, this is going to be an excellent back and forth. And Jacko Zato is another interesting one when you're representing a pose.
Yeah, honestly.
You know, Jacko can't represent these big long-range normals, cannot do any of this. Is going to have to get stuffed down by, you know, Sechi's approach. It's going to have to play it really smart.
From what I've been told about the matchup, this is a bit of a struggle for Jacko because Zato is able to set up what he does a lot better.
確かにワイストあるね。ワイスト
set up the nitty and gritty of the minions, and there's a lot more to that. You have to be able to pick it up.
ワイストもね、今年もいろいろ、今年じゃないか、来年もいろいろとちょっとありますからね。
You get interrupted, minions gone, you take damage.
I mean, that's where I think this matchup is going to come down to the mental battle, right?
Yeah.
You know, both of these are seasoned veterans on the top 8 stage. It's going to come down to that mental battle of who can get each other's head first. You know, like we say, come back to that game of chess. Who's seeing, you know, moves ahead first?
Yeah.
スト6は何もなしで、ストは今多分 EWC の LCQ があるから多分ないんじゃない？
Is that the queen? I don't know.
多分。
Maybe.
There's no grappler piece. You can't pot buster in a game of chess. That's just flipping the table at that point.
If anyone's out there, chess fighting game, which I did see someone make that as a concept, would be really cool.
I mean, we've seen an FPS chess. I'm sure it can't be long till we see a chess fighting game. I mean, it is the season for it. Got so many cool releases this year. I mean, Atler and Tokon have been so cool.
Yeah. I have done like 12 hours of comms, so I have not gotten to play much Tokan. But what I've gotten to play of, magnetism is awesome, bro. Like I don't know, this magnetism's something different.
The Magneto players, the old heads,
really
looking forward to returning to that scene. You know, Marvel players not necessarily had it good for the past couple of years. They're finally getting a sniff of what they really love from fighting.
1個だけっていうのがとても寂しくなっちゃいましたね。なんか去年だったら、まあ私はもう去年からしか知らへんけど、エボジャパンと戦山とワイストとっていう感じだったけど、
we're seeing a film, we're seeing a new series, and a fighting game with characters
そう
that a
投
lot
げ
of us
さ
will
んと
remember
か
from our
服
childhood.
部さんがよく定期的にね対戦会を広げてはって、それがもしかしたら今後
I don't think I've met a person who hasn't had an absolute blast playing Tokon, you know?
Yeah.
And playing Guilty Gear Strive. I mean, this has been such an amazing bracket from start to finish. It's been one of our biggest, if not our biggest, at VSFighting. 208 players from the very beginning.
あれかな、ビッグサイトの方では確か麦さんも対戦会してはるから、関東は結構多分めっちゃ対戦会多いね。
This one, for anyone that doesn't know, is
でワイストが大阪西の方やから、あ、そう、幕張か幕張。
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now, Andros and of course his
じゃあビッグサイトって嘘やった。幕張でした。幕張とビッグサイトいつも間違えんねんな、私。一生なんかじゃあもうどっちもほんまにずっと間違えたな。
Of a big tournament.
I mean, both of these players are also going to be looking forward to
ask the crowd how they
I
feel
would
about
absolutely love to hear it. I mean, crowd, how do we feel? Sechi versus Tiger Pop. Let's make some noise! I feel so powerful.
さっき安藤さんと戦ってた。
Gonna be a huge setup here, and of course, I think for the most part, Zhao's going to have the advantage. Tiger Pop's going to be playing from the back for most of the set.
Big burst bait from the start from Sechi. Sechi running the snowball first. Tiger Pop not falling to the oppose though. Big plays. I mean, it's a really patient defense that you have to play against Sato. What an air throw! Tiger Pop's represented this as an option so many times. We've seen it against Scarfell, Zilia. We've seen it against so many characters who love to do this floaty offense. And they just have such a great success rate.
Yeah. Oh, huge frog pick up
into
the sword. The
sandwich combos and the sandwich pressure.
You're not blocking that. You are not.
Almost dropping the wall break though. Just opting for a fast slash. Close it out simple. At the end of the day, the most optimal combo is the one that you're able to consistently hit and bracket, right?
Yeah. Oh, nice. Good Pierce. Able to set up for a huge combo, but burst off the table. Couldn't bait it off of the normals. That was being done.
Invite Hell just stuffing Tiger Pop's approach.
いやでもタイガーポップさんはさっきのディキンソン戦でも割と最初取られてたけど、もしかしたら1試合目は相手の癖を見る可能性があるから。
I mean, that's what we're saying. Tiger Pop has to play it so smart on defense. It's going to be a slither of life. Your meter or your life, nice deflect shield. You've got to spend it. If you don't spend it,
such a skilled starter. Yeah, Tiger Pop goes for the reset. But it does not work out.
Really nice read from Sechi. You know, if you let Tiger Pop get going there, that could easily turn into a flipped game. You know, Tiger Pop can't risk anything. That's a slither of health. Any sniff of something and you die.
相手の動きを見たりとかしてるから、まあアジャストする可能性はあるよね。
Exactly. Wow, and again we're seeing it from Sechi. Sechi just seems like he's in Tiger Pop's head. Tiger Pop just has to keep their nerve, try and get back into this. Sets the minion, Sechi goes for the jump. The conditioning has begun. We've seen 2 jumps on Oki from Sechi. Tiger Pop has got to be looking for a mix-up now.
Yeah, the YRC off the table. Definitely a clever play, get rid of the minion. However, the Eddie play immediately afterwards gets stuff bounced. We're not going to see Eddie for a wee bit. With this jump cancel, you guys see the wall
there is the sandwich pressure. So terrifying to enforce. And Sechi just starting off layers deep, going for the tap dust. And it's working out for them, you know. We normally see tap dust after a little bit.
Yeah.
But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, kind of thing, you know. Yeah, we're seeing such great success.
Yeah, and these are 2 characters that turn their tap.
Yeah, でもさすがウィナーズサイドに。
And there it is, Tiger Pop wising up to it, wising up to the command grab. We've seen it from Sechi before. And now it's all Tiger Pop taking to the corner, grabs the minion, not able to stuff the jump out. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, it's insane that Sechi's able to make that command grab safe, but here we go, Tiger Pop's favorite
the countdown combos. You know what? I don't mind if it's not optimal. It is so saucy to see a countdown combo.
Yeah. The thing is though, I think from that
ね、いろんな国でギルティギアやってくれてるの嬉しいよね。いや、そうだよ、ぶっちゃけ日本の人口も大事だけど、やっぱね、総人口で考えたら日本の人口なんて海外と比べたらペーペーやから。
Tiger Pop paying huge dividends, not able to convert.
外で盛り上がると多分爆発的にやばいとは思うけど、でも日本でも盛り上がってほしいし、難しいよね。
And not even that, the timing from Tiger Pop to land a 2K on an opponent landing, that's cheeky. That is beyond cheeky.
I mean, those are the sort of things that you have to do when you're a game down. You've got to take risks, and it pays off. And the minion just able to put Sechi into block zone in the air. Really, really valuable to bring Sechi down. Kills Eddie with the minion. That's going to be big.
Good to us. Representing.
Wow,
really
the BRC down. Something we've seen a lot from Tiger Pop. This air movement paying off so much.
And just like that, the shark comes out, chomping away. And just like that, Tiger Pop is near death's door, and Sechi only really needs one more mix.
Gets the pierce on the wall break, and Tiger Pop is bearing down the barrel of the smoking gun. Is Sechi. It's got to be big.
まだマッチ取ってない。
Indeed. I wonder if we'll see a switch, because you know, Tiger Pop historically has a big repertoire of characters. Right? We saw pre-patch Happy Chaos and pre-patch ABBA, both of which, let's be honest, suffered at 2.0.
Mid as hell. Like, Happy Chaos got a rework, which still makes him Happy Chaos, but in a very awkward way. So a lot of Happy Chaos is like, I don't like this, it doesn't feel freeform as it used to. And then ABBA, no offense here, got taken out back and shot in the head.
Absolutely,
like, she is
you know,
she's
barely a playable character in this patch, some would say.
Wait,
カラーが変わったね。
I don't know. I think I saw back to Jacko. It might have just been a take a second.
Yeah.
You know, as you should. This is playing for, you know, your chance to lose the semis. You're heading towards medal and placements. Arc Tour points on the line. You have to take a minute, reset your mental stack. You know, the nerves are going to be getting to you. Take a sip of water, bring it back. What do you fight for on the setup?
Oh, banger. Banger. One of my mates hates this song. I don't get that because he knows every lyric.
Oh, really nice from Sechi. The invite hell, just doing absolute bits for him here. Great blocks from Tiger Pop. Wow, and the jump out. You're able to get out of the corner, jab anti-air. And I mean, we've seen comebacks greater than this, but Tiger Pop has to represent just perfect round after perfect round if they want to get back in the game here.
Yeah, and Sechi gonna get caught by the clapper. And I also like the fact that Tiger Pop's picked the black skin, the dark skin. Kinda like, this is my evil move. Like
evil
Tiger
Pop.
And
it's gonna work, and the crowd are starting to cheer. We're hearing it for Tiger Pop. Can we hear the energy in the room? Do we think we're gonna see this comeback?
They want the comeback.
And then the burst bait from Sechi saying, I don't care about your energy for Tiger Pop. This is my game here.
You guys have cursed them. Oh, good 5H. Into the air chase.
What a JP. We know that Sechi is going to represent a jump out at some point, and Tiger Pop with an incredible chase.
Again, good BRC usage. Trying to set up a minion and safe offense. It's just Sechi timed that YRC so well.
保護色狙いはあると思うな。超見にくいもんね。
Just desperately looking for the burst. I mean, you've got the round up. I can totally respect it. Zato Piers able to stuff out a minion.
さあ、帰ってくるのか、タイガーポップさんは。
To the combo. Big meaty in by out. The throw. Great OTG. And then it's Tiger Pop taking it to 2-1. The comeback begins.
Yeah, that is Tiger Pop's
comeback.
First game on this comeback. And don't get me wrong, Tiger Pop has been in these scenarios before.
さあ、始まるのか、ここで。
It just has to bring it back. And so far, started off pretty well in the comeback.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that little break, that little water reset your mental seems to have worked for Tiger Pop. You know, the crowd is on their side, but Sechi is not going to take it lightly. You know, this is a player you can never discount.
Yeah. Oh, the wow. But it doesn't mean anything to Eddie.
It doesn't mean Eddie. Eddie
タイの
cannot
ス
be
タンエ
put
ッジ
in
が保護
monster
色って見づらいから色変更されたのに、ザトウが許されてるの
You've got to
割
be
と許せ
aware
な
of
い。
guard crush. Now it's Tiger Pop's turn. Sechi desperately trying to get out of the corner. Big back throw. And a huge jump on the throw from Tiger Pop gets
ど
you
ういう
out.
基準で変えるんだろうね、そういうのって。
Right there.
はい、こんなに
Tiger
言っ
Pop
て
has
くれ
been
てありがとう。
doing so many air plays to deny the skies, and because that Sechi's been constantly been brought down to earth. And I think Tiger Pop left that late on purpose to mess with Sechi's rhythm.
That is exactly like Sechi's game plan, Zato's game plan.
Boom, boom.
You've got to control the skies, right? And Tiger Pop is not allowing Sechi to run any of that. A great jump out, able to stuff out the sandwich pressure. There it is, those anti-airs once again. Another throw.
マ
Not gonna
ジ
wait for the
ちょっ
first
と待
bait.
って
Close down the round. You know, a smart
何
player
が
like
起きた
Sechi, you're
こ
gonna
の
get
一
served
瞬
that
で
back.
Again, it's like Tiger Pop understood the adaptation that was exactly needed during that break, and now they stand the biggest chance to win. But with this round start, doesn't look good. You have to give up burst, but you've already taken 45% of damage.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a good position to be in. But at the end of the day, you are a round up, and a throw is exactly what you need.
それ
I
見えん
have no idea where that hit you. You know,
Same.
wow,
Oh,
the burst bait! It's
Deka!
huge! The tables are turning. Slowly but surely, you can see the cogs beginning to turn in Tiger
そう
Pop's head.
私もタイガーポップさんがその制空権めっちゃ意識してめちゃくちゃ空対空なり
And a huge 2K2D. Tiger Pop bringing it back to a humongous 2-2.
なんかすごいよね
Sechi's facing down at the wire.
Yeah.
Tiger Pop's had all.
What?
Sechi's doing the same thing.
Yeah,
backing out.
I mean Tiger Pop's had all of the adaptations. Sechi needs to take a second. He needs to stay calm here because Tiger Pop has been able to run their pressure, run their offense, and it's paid out so massively.
It's something I want to mention. When Tiger Pop was losing, smile on the face. As soon as Tiger Pop started
ね
winning,
めっちゃ試合
it was
普
like
通
the
に対
locked
策され
enemy.
てく
Not
よ
gonna lie, it's like
And there is,
This is good.
you see the classic Tiger Pop nerves,
なん
the
か
shake
さ
of the hand,
本当に
shaking it
こ
out.
の
I don't know if it's
さっ
settling
き
into your flow.
チャットにも来てくれてた投げさんもそうだけど
Let's
さ
go, Tiger!
Oh, God.
Chants from the crowd.
す
You
ご
know,
い
they
よ
shoot
ね
what they
こう
want
い
there.
う場
They
で
shoot what they
戦っ
want.
て
It's
る
gone
人
out
た
the window,
ち
but let's go, Tiger! Has come
目
back
の
into
前で
the
瞬
place
時に
there.
攻略
It's
していかなきゃいけない
Jack
から
ain't
さ
shooting, but we'll
人の
think
こと
so.
も
Maybe they
でそれをどうアジャストしてさ自分のキャラクターを
They kick when they want. Who knows?
マ
But
ジで
here we are,
すごい
2-2. Very tight set. Could be either player's game. And Tiger Pop already caught in the offense of the blender.
Great blocks on the sandwich pressure as well. We've seen 5Ds paying dividends, but not this time. And it's paid off. Tiger Pop has been able to escape.
Boom, boom.
だから本当
largely
にすごい
unscathed.
キャラクターを極
Big
めて
burst
もう
from
手足の
Sechi.
よう
Yeah,
に
Tiger Pop.
知識
Even
が
on
あ
the
っ
corner.
て
Oh, wait, never
動
mind.
かせて
Advantage gone. Sechi sitting on
いや
a
もう
bar.
もうキャラ
And
クタ
even though
ー
your burst is still
もう自分
available
は
and
この
you're
ゲ
sitting
ーム
on
の
the
中
bar,
の
the
キャラ
health
ク
is
タ
getting lower and lower.
ーで
And
す
Tiger
っ
Pop
ていう
is
ぐらい
not
の脳
opted
み
to
そ
give up
と
that
手
burst
足
because
が
it's
な
a
い
very
と
burst safe round.
そこ
It's
には
hard
た
to
ど
call
り
out.
着けないんだろうな
So much time to spend that burst. A great tech
Ah,
from
yeah,
Tiger
yeah.
Pop. Invite Hell. Great jump on the command grab. Definitely looking to try and get Eddie back, but just can't make it
Nice.
there. And there we see those BRC saps again.
Boom, boom.
Countdown. And the countdown killing Tiger Pop. Oh my gosh. Goes for the sauce. Tiger Pop hands on heads with a little chuckle.
Yeah, it's like Tiger Pop knew what they wanted. They knew what they wanted.
You
But,
know what?
messed it up.
You can't ask for a funnier way to lose a 2G round.
I'm not gonna lie, if I lost that way, I'd be raging. I'd be raging.
I'd be absolutely crying for it. Ooh,
もうだから
nice
投げさんみ
air
たい
to
な
end
その
from
ファーストを
Sechi.
使い
Trying to take out the
本
minions.
当
The
にその
countdown doesn't
出たアイ
hit.
テムで
Yeah.
即
Nice awareness.
判断
I think
し
that played
て
into Tiger Pop's
こういう風に戦う
advantage
とかっていうよりも
because
さ
Sechi
結
blocked
局
up way longer than he
もう
I was
い
had.
ろ
gonna
いろ
say,
染
Sechi
み
looks
つい
so
てるん
scared
だ
of
ろう
that
なと思
exposure.
う
I mean, as
手
it
も
should be.
頭も
It's a
だから
terrifying
応
thing
用
to
ができる
represent. You don't want to ever see Jacko plus with a guard crush from neutral. And
Nice.
now here is Jacko. Really nice and simple frame
だからなんか
trap.
一番簡
Oh,
単な
wanted to
話
go
を
for
す
the
る
2K
と
anti-air, but didn't get it this
みん
time.
なって
And
さ
now stuck in the
もう
corner.
対空
Sechi
は
with the top
もう
5D.
当たり前のように出すじゃん
This could be one of the last interactions
夜
we
間
see
が手
from
触れ
Tiger
た時に
Pop.
あちっ
It's
て
gonna come down
感じ
to
る
the
の
wire.
と
You
同
got
じぐらい
hard knockdown.
対抗を出
But
したり
you
とかする
have
やん格
50
ゲー
meter and a
だ
deflection
それ
at
を
your
もうなん
disposal.
かあら
Oh,
ゆ
the
る
2S.
There's
Oh,
that
the
2S we've seen
2P.
行
again.
動が
It's
反射でできちゃうんやろうなと思う
Absolutely huge. Smart plays with the 2D
だ
from
から脳み
Sechi.
そは別の
Really,
ところに
really
使う
good. Tiger Pop
マジかタイガー
absolutely
ポップさん
cannot be
落ちた
displeased
な
with their
マジか
performance there. And
Yeah.
neither can Sechi. Really found his nerve again. You know, at 2-2, it's a really nervous place to be, especially when your opponent's coming back. But he took a second,
いやでも
leveled
キャラクター
himself,
変えてこ
and
こ
he's
ま
won
で来て
for
る
it.
の
I
す
mean,
ごい
all
けど
credits to
な
him.
And it's such a shame as well because Tiger Pop, fantastic player, Evo finalist as well, a winner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just had a struggle on the character, made
そう
one
それだけ
misplay,
ず
and I
ー
think
っ
that
と
misplay might have
じゃあ
cost
相
them
手
the
のこの
set.
連携に対し
It
て
is such
こ
a
の
shame
技は
to
一応
see
プラス取れるけど
explosion
どうでこの技はマイナスだけどでも
in such an
攪拌取られなく
important game as it was.
てっていうのを多分一つ一つ調べてるんだろうなと
On
思
the
う、ね、
positive though,
めちゃくちゃ
Tiger is going to go out top 5. That's going to be some decent points in the arc.
相手のこのセットプレーが嫌だなじゃあこの自分のキャラクターではどうしようかなっていうのをトレモでレコーディングさせて
It's nothing
一個一個チェックしていく
and it's so easy as a player. You know, so many players have this opportunity to get in their own head you know, when points are on the line, when, you know, reputation is on the line, it's so easy to blame yourself for these small mistakes.
It really is.
You've got to take the wins. And you've got to look to back yourself.
And I really hope Tiger Pop doesn't take that to heart when it comes to like losing there, because they did a good job on a character that they've been learning for like the past month, right? This isn't like the other players who've been playing their mains for the entirety of the game. For example, Sechi and Zao, Andros and Potemkin. It's like a lot of these players have been playing since day one on that main.
Yeah,
not the case for Tiger Pop. And you can tell that certainly affected them.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to affect a lot more of the things you don't necessarily expect. You know, your Abare is going to be different. Your defensive options are going to be different. How you spend your meter is going to be different. Yeah. They're all things that get hardwired into your muscle memory, especially when you play characters like Happy Chaos and Abba for so long.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this next set. This is a huge deal coming up. Scarfelt from Ireland up against Poke. Yeah, hi, Scarfelt.
Hi, Scarfelt. Can we make some noise for Scarfelt? Let's hear the Irish scene in the crowd. There it is.
You're not all Irish.
And on the flip side, from Yokai, represent. Let me hear some noise for Pokey.
Yeah. And you're all not from Yokai. So it's going to be hype indeed, of course. It's a very interesting set. Pokey, certainly an underdog in this tournament.
I mean, both of these players have been dark horses in their own respect. Scarfelt knocking down Tiger Pop into losers. What a round that was. That was incredible. I mean, we had the pleasure of commentating that game. It was incredible. And we get the pleasure of commentating all of these as well. Another Jacko as well.
And it's super interesting how Scarfelt's becoming into this with Melia Rage, a character that I do think is very tournament viable in this patch. It's just when it comes to specific matchups, that's a huge deal for this character.
I mean, we've seen a couple of excellent Milias really carve their way into top 12 and top 24. I mean, we saw, unfortunately, falling in the final hurdle against Macman Zamanita, and also Scarfelt's out here, you know, representing really, really good Milia plays.
Oh yeah, yeah.
その日本人が結構昔からなんかマナーみたいなところは言われてるよね。あんま気にしたことないからわかるけど。
They really go between all the options in a way that will melt your brain as the defender. And Pokey coming into this will have
なんかリラックスしてる時とか結構あれだよね。
Projectile that has a fantastic arc, so if you're jumping,
結構出るよね。
So there's a lot going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's that thing with Milia. It's a bit like that old legacy Piccolo clip, you know, the Piccolo vortex that you see. And if Milia can just keep you in that mid-range, she's going to absolutely bear down on you.
Oh yeah, but
メンバーシップの内容らしい。
I'm still
概
feeling
要
I
欄ちょっ
really
と更新しといてから見とい
hope
て。
that Scarfelt's able to do well because I like how when the Irish scene gets a ton of representation. They're a great scene. You don't see them
日本の偏見から来る悪い
except I'm gonna be honest.
どうだろう。
But I mean, it's really nice to see Pokey representing someone.
考え方はいろいろあるからなって感じ。個人的には。
Yep, yep. This is a certain bug check.
Yes, yes. It definitely could have been.
Jesus, Pokey's going
yeah,
wild
it could have
on
been an
that
absolute
pad.
setup. I was thinking for a second maybe we missed something.
貧乏ゆすりをする体制になってないね、ほぼ。あぐらかいてしかいないから。マジ、あぐらしか書いてないから。
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Scarfelt we saw second at IGM very recently.
Huge deal.
So they've represented these big tournaments, but versus fighting is the major for the UK, right?
I think Scarfelt's happy that they don't have to fight car battery. If I'm honest.
I'd be happy too, to be honest.
That was
どこでもあぐらだった。マジ
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we saw car battery take
試
the win
験会場で
at
もあぐら。
IGM against
だから
Scarfelt.
TOEIC の試験会場もあぐら書いてたし。
You know, turn out.
なんかありとあらゆる試験会場とかテストとか全部あぐらで受けた。
And luckily, you know, sometimes you'll never see them in bracket. Sometimes they'll be your bracket demon. It's quite nice to have a bracket demon, you know, that person you can have that rivalry with.
That is, again, Scotland had many rivalries with Dylan. And even though like most of the scenes are just listening, going like, who's a Scottish chump, right? It's like it's such a fun rivalry, and I always look forward to it. But here we go, hell of a set coming up. We've got Pokey versus Scarfelt, Yokai versus Ireland, I suppose. Let's get some noise!
Love it from the crowd. Absolutely love it. Fantastic from both players here, opting for just trying to play it safe, trying to see what the other player's doing into the first setup. And now you are in the Jacko blender. Both of these characters wanting to run a similar kind of play style,
Yeah.
You know, go for the knockdown, put the other person in the blender.
アイくんともに来てくれてありがと
Even though Melia
う。
Rage,
いや、まずミリアになった瞬間、試合の展開が早すぎるん
when
だ
it
よ、
comes
こ
to
れ
the
な。
first interaction in neutral, you'll see Scarfelt play a lot patiently, just due to the fact that Jackal can cover these screen spaces. Well, exactly right there. The minion covering the arc of the Gipel.
I mean, Jacko does have a couple of excellent anti-airs. You know, you
な
see
ん
the
かさ、
thrust, especially if you can
こう
ping
や
a
って
minion
やっぱ
up.
り、
That's
なんか
going to
強
cover
い人
a
たちの世
massive
界
part
大
of the
会と
upside
か
of
を
the
見てる
screen.
とさ、
I
一
want to say
日
it's
だけ
6K
で
or
もいいから
6H for
さ、
large
その
kit.
人た
It's
ち
going to be able to
が
stuff Melia
そ
from
の
longer
操作で
ranges.
き、なんかそ
And
の
it's paid
人
dividends
たち
so
の操
far
作できる
with
ぐらい
Pokey taking
なんて言
it
ったよ
round
日本
one.
語で。
Yeah.
難しい。
Hell of a start for sure, and also we're listening to an absolute
なんかその人たちの連動と同じぐらいの連動を体験した
There
い。
is those big minion throws trying to pluck Scarfelt out of the sky from range.
Oh, geez, Louise getting 2-1, able to reset, going for the 2D, well defended, and just like the minion, not unkillable, but
一
aggressive.
体どんな、あ、そう、
Yeah.
追体験か、
Absolutely
追
had a
体
great
験。
burst bait.
なんか
Doesn't
一体どんな
finish
世
the
界
job.
でどんな脳み
Scarfelt
その
might
使い方
just
を
have
し
one more
て、
interaction.
なん
Can't
か
take it
戦
back.
ってるの
Yeah,
かが
Pokey
めっ
getting a
ちゃ気にな
perfect.
る。
I think Pokey could have gone for an OTG, it guaranteed the kill, but on the positive, still takes it with the perfect. So even though there was a misplay, it was a perfect.
I mean, and a
Doesn't
perfect
matter.
is also one of those opportunities to deal mental damage to your opponent, right? Like, you want to go into every game with a fresh mindset, but if your opponent has just perfected you, you're thinking, I have to change my game plan drastically.
Yeah. Oh, nice 2K. Able to set up for the minion. That's like why we're doing that. We're staggering.
でしょ、なんかどういう見え方してるのか気になるでしょ。
Paying huge,
そう、マジ
huge
どの分
rewards
野
for
でもそれめっ
Pokey.
ちゃずっと思うんだ
Getting
よね。
massive out of the tap dust into the wall break, taking round 2. Pokey has come out the gates in both of these games, swinging.
Aye. Scarfelt has been finding a difficult time finding that footing, and it's down to what I said earlier. Jackal covers the screen space really well for Melia. The 5K day in bits, the / day in bits, the 6H day in bits,
Yeah,
and the minion
absolutely.
arcs are perfect.
But I mean, we absolutely cannot discount Scarfelt.
オリンピック
Something
で
we've
世
said
界
time
一
and
速
time
く
again.
走
We
っ
said
てる
it
人
yesterday,
を
but
見
I'm
て
gonna
る
say
景
it
色を
today.
見てみたいんだ
Scarfelt is none of the
そ
top
れ
players
は
that you can discount. You know,
ちょ
we've
っと
seen
経
them
験
come
したこ
back
とがあ
from
る
2-0
から
time and time
わか
again.
るねんけ
Still
ど
love hearing now.
いやでも
It's so good to be
そん
in
な
a-
おこがましいことを言
It's
っ
the
てるけど
pressure setting up for the orbital,
Big
but not gonna matter.
YLC runs up, sets the
それ
pressure.
は
Great
ある程度
protect
想
from
像できる
Pokey. Just got the
け
read
ど
on Scarfelt there. Chasing down under the minion, not
な
gonna
んか
let the clap hit
分
you.
野が違うから
Oh, very nice. Into the H disc.
なん
That's
て言
gonna
うんだ
live
ろ
for
う
some
フ
nasty
ィジ
high
カ
low.
ル
Gonna
的
go
な
into the
分
throw,
野
but it was a back throw from
になる
Scar.
か
Oh, that's
And now
bad.
you've
That's
got to face
bad.
chip damage. You have to FD
なんかやっ
your
ぱ
meter
本当に
all
そ
your
の
life.
ゲーム
You see the wrist
The jump
gauge
hit.
cranking
め
up.
ちゃくちゃ極
Caught
め
by
た
a
時
minion.
に
Scarfelt is being
どう
put on the ropes
なるの
here.
か
And
っていう
the
のがめちゃく
crowd
ちゃ気にな
is
るかも
desperately trying to
Divided.
rile their person up.
Aye, and
世界一
Scarfelt
速かった
doing
わけ
as
じゃ
we
な
see
かっ
with
た
a
け
lot of
ど
top level players when
で
you're
も
down to, let's
小
back
学
out,
校
take a
の
little
時
breather
は
and
もう
think about it.
ずっ
But
と
Scarfelt only has the
学校
melee. We're not
1位だ
gonna
った
And
り
we
と
see
か
Pokey representing the minion plushie,
あ
your own personal supporter on the
小
setup.
学
It's
校
always
ぐ
nice
ら
to
いで
see.
なんか
Yeah, it's
結構
like,
でかい
oh, got
大会出たりとか
Send
リレー出たりと
the Jacko
か
Bush, quick, quick.
個人出たりとか
Toss out the opponent. That's the minion.
I wonder if we'll ever see a Scarfelt
はしてたん
change.
だけ
You
ど
know,
No,
I've
no,
not really
no,
seen
no.
anything other than the Milia from them.
Yeah, no, that is all they have in the bag. Hardcore melee rage main. But if they want to make this comeback, the round start has to be in their favor because you cannot let your opponent
なんかそれこ
continue
そ
this
学校で
momentum. And that's
結構
the
全
whole
国
point
行
of
っ
the
てい
break.
る
It's
と
the
ころだったり
vortex
とか
from
もして
Jacko
たから
and Pokey. Such an incredible player at
自分入ってないけどね
capitalizing
自分は
on that. You know, we've seen round
県
start
大
wins
会
and you get
県
set
大
to
会
the corner.
止まり
We're
だけ
hearing
ど
cheers of let's go Pokey from the Yokai folks.
I want to hear
2-0.
some counter arguments. Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
The Irish scene is sounding awfully quiet.
このレベルでキャラを動かしたらどうなるのかっていうの本当に気になるめちゃく
We're
ち
seeing more
ゃ
parry from Pokey indeed. And just denying the arcs again. Scarfelt cannot approach.
Absolutely, Pokey is just commanding space, and there it is again. That minion
Oi.
from the top rope on the 5H. You've got to have that object permanence to make sure you've recognized that minion going up. You can't be mashing because at the end of the day, every single straight hit converts into more meter
な
for
んかそう
Jacko.
あれか
more
な
attempts at her
例
to
えば
hit you.
リアルのスポーツは自分で体を動かすから想像
Yeah,
で
it's
きるんだけ
certainly
ど
an optimal burst.
でもなん
But
かそう
bad moon
ゲ
right
ー
at
ム
you.
キャラクターを
Scarfelt
自分に
H
なん
this.
て言うんだろう
Same
ね
side into G.
なん
Incredible
か
blocks from Pokey.
自
Caught
分
by
の
the throw
体を
on the
自
end.
分の体で
Now,
扱う
if
のと
I'm
自分
Scarfelt, the next time I
の
get a
使ってる
knockdown,
キャラクターを自分の体のように扱うのの感覚が違うと思ってて、個人的に。 だからその自分の使ってるキャラクターを自分の体のように扱えた瞬間どうなるんだろうって感じ。
It's good to realize the adaptation is needed.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if it's something that even we can recognize, you know, like it's clearly on the table for Scarfell.
It really is. Oh, the 5H whiffs.
Really nice jump. And this is exactly what we've seen from Scarfell time and time again. That 2-0 down, almost fueled by, it's like cramming for an exam. You know, you've got one more night to bring this back, bring yourself up to a loser semi-finals. Nice kill on the minion, PRCs into the JH, caught by the low. Scarfell looking to maybe one more interaction.
Yeah.
Goes for the throw!
Yeah, again, your opponent is blocking up. They're in these
that
one guy was excited. We've been seeing a lot of good
自分の体もちゃんと扱えないのにゲームキャラもちゃんと扱える気がしませんよ。なんかちょっと別だと思うんだよな。
Yeah, absolutely. And it seems to have rattled Pokey. You know, we're going maybe back to character select.
これこの大会が終わった後に覚えてたら言うわ。この大会が終わった後に覚えてたら言うわ。
Tell me what I need to do.
すっごい大きい変化が現れたっていう。
It didn't work. Why did you lie to me, Jack?
More space commanding. You know what we've seen from Scarfell? That fast slash poke, just killing a minion into a JH. Really clever from Scarfell.
Good tech. Head to the JS. Amazing.
いやマジでね、ミリアがね、対戦に来るとね、本当に
Oh, really nice.
わからない読み合いが。
Pay dividends in so many matchups. The cross-up overhead was ridiculous.
こんな動きできたらなと思いながら、しょっぱい動き甘んじている日々。
I like it though. It was good. With Scarfell.
I mean, this is the level where we're going to see mix-ups that so few people are going to block. Caught by the minion clap behind,
人
desperately
それぞれ
trying
や
to
からな、
punish.
マジ。キャラクター同じやったとしても、戦い方が。
Seeing Scarfell play to the skies is blunt like, okay, I should probably join in. However, Scarfell able to get in, get the close slash conversion. That's huge.
Artemis wall bounce combos. Look at the damage. Jacko making Milia Rage look like
ミリア戦はやっぱ運な、みんな言ってるよな、運が絡むって。
Let's get Scarfell chance from the crowd.
Scarfell
like we said, this is what we've seen from Scarfell time and time again. That
既存勢に追いつくためにやるだけだから。
6P from Pokey, and it's gotta be, you know, you're one round down, you spend the meter on the minions, get the clap. Not enough to kill, but it's anyone's game.
ミリア側が超ノリになってきたね。本当に。
Able to stagger and well. Again, great adaptation from Pokey. We've been seeing that. Throw has been a good option, win the round. So Pokey's like, I need to tech that. I need to tech that.
Yeah, really nice patient neutral from Pokey as well. Not willing to press a whiffed button at all.
これをやるって言われたらこれもで再現はできるんやろうけど、実戦でスッと出せる能力、実戦でスッと出せる能力を出すためにはやっぱりそのトレモで夜間触った時にあっちって瞬時になるのと同じぐらいに出せるようにならんかったら始まらんよなとは思う。ということは私格ゲーを教えてもらった時一番最初トレモで10割ぐらい出せてやっと実戦で7、8割ぐらいって言ってたから、だから8時間ずっとこれもやってたりとか、同じそのコンボであったりとかセットプレーとかが連続10回以上できん限り次の練習には行かへんとかっていうのはずっとやってた。そうだからそれだけいつも繰り返して指が自然に動くようになるまでいけないね。
Scarfell was just in 2 games in a row.
ほんまにそうやと思う。
Yeah, what do you do? I mean, Scarfell, this is what, like, you know, they are such a master at adaptation.
だからそれが前提やからな、ガチで。それが前提で、その先に何があるかって感じよな。その先を見てみたい。けど、そこに行くまでに乗り越えなきゃいけない項目がまずないと。
Let's make some noise for Pokey and Scarfell!
って言うて、
Everybody's excited for it, but here we go. The red star is what matters.
最初、ジャッコーがノリノリだったのに、急にミリアちゃんが。
Oh, cross up. Scarfell's leveled up. Genuinely leveled up.
言うてこのミリアの人はあれやからな、一番最初ウィナーズにおったからな。
But dealing with the low, not ready for the bad moon.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, You're seeing the wheels twist, you know, you've seen the adaptation. Scarfell, great air-to-air from Pokey. Pokey is doing the same, but I just hope it's going to be enough.
Oh, what, 2D?
Wow! Just enough recovery on it. That's going to be a big hit. Can't get the minion conversions.
You get Oki, though.
Yeah, big throw. And the OTG damage into the top does save the wall. Any combo here is going to kill either player. What a JP. Just jumps out of the air throw range.
ミリアさんがタイガーポップさんをレーザーズに落とした。
Oh, the Capel did not connect in that area scenario.
Incredible crossover.
どっちが勝つか分かんないのこれ。
Anti-area.
It's just an incredible move. You're representing a hitbox in the air that a lot of players and a lot of characters just cannot mess with. And now the pressure is on for Pokey.
Oh, right side, well defended though. Same side, backing up. Scarfell really picking and choosing their times to go for same side, left side, and that time just left the disc to do the work.
Yeah, let the disc set. I mean, Pokey's been really trying to be proactive on the counterplay, and this could be it. Scarfell takes the game.
We are getting a final game, final round. It's Healer Flow's game.
And the crowd are just absolutely electric right now. Nobody knows where this could go. It could go either way. And it's going to be a big combo for Scarfell. Goes to the crosser, big blocks from Pokey. Air throw.
This time we're going right side, able to connect, showing that we're just nearly on the
jump out, and that's going to be big damage into Oki. Doesn't go for the wall break, really smart, deflect shield. Wow, what a 5P. Big scaling, is able to set a minion though. Huge jump out.
That run back avoided the JH completely. That could have been huge for Scarfell. Dealing with the minion, not in play. JK confirmed, but nothing off of it, and we're going for a back and forth chase.
2K2D. It could be last interaction. Does the base of the deflect shield? Is it enough?
It's not enough!
Wow. Absolutely incredible game from Pokey and Scarfell. Two players just going at each other non-stop.
Pokey showing why they're the underdog in this set. Did insanely well, and unfortunately, we've got to say goodbye to Scarfell.
I mean, it's been a real pleasure to see players like this adapting to each other, doing this back and forth, and we've seen it all bracket for this top 8. It's been such a pleasure to have been sat in this booth, sat with the crowd, sat with this electric atmosphere. It's been insane, right?
It has been. But unfortunately, we do need to go for a little break, so stay tuned for some more Guilty Gear action. And I just want to say, for our first top 8, you guys have been an amazing crowd, and I hope you're looking forward to the next commentator that's going to be on. Thank you guys.
It's been an absolute pleasure. See you later.
Peace out.
Okay, see you later. ちょっと休憩です。何分後かとは聞こえなかったけど、10分やって。皆さん今の間にお手洗いとかご飯とか、忘れずに飲み物とか特にね、忘れずによろしくお願いいたします。で今の間にチャンネル登録と高評価ともにまでの方いらっしゃいましたらよろしくお願いいたします。ということでちょっと小腹が空いたので封を開けてたクッキーを食べようと思います。ターバンと抱えて後ろダッシュで逃げるとこすごかった。なんか結構そういう動きめっちゃ見た気がする今日。逆光今日2人いたんだよ。タイガーポップさんとさっきのペケさんだったかな。ペケさんか。全然ペケさんじゃなかった。ターバンと持ってるときはバックダッシュになる仕様。やっぱサーバンと持ってるとあれなの。重いから重いからじゃないか。ちょっと待って何重いからってなんでなんだろう。サーバンと持ってるとバックダッシュになるのは。 いうことか。そうかそうか、サーバントを投げるときに、確かに後ろノロノロとかだったらさ、調整しにくいもんね。確かに。言われるとそうかも。はい、こんなまに来てくれたありがとう。確かに、それで一番納得いこうかも。投げたいのに、うんじゃって後ろ下がってたな。もうその間には相手、めっちゃ詰めてきて、なんか、ただ持ってるだけやけど、みたいになっちゃうもんな。ね、しかもあれやな。ナゴとレオとラムレザル見やんな、今日。サーバントを投げるがジャックの生命線。攻めの起点になるから結構大事。あ、そうだよね。防御とか、攻撃とか、指令出さないといけないもんな。でも、星1キャラは奥深すぎてな。いや、もう、むずい。指絶対指紋なくなるよ。マジで。前の大会ではラムレザルとかナゴとかね、レオとかめっちゃ見たんだけど、今回いない。まあ前って言ってもエボか。エボだね。タイガーポップさん、うまいけど、なんかザッコーのコンボまだ慣れてないようで、ポッケさんの方が、もっとキレキレなコンボ見られたね。なんかそれは私も思った。なんかタイガーポップさんの、なんかその結構コンボ的な部分が、なんか、ごめん、素人目線な。マジで。素人目線ね。なんか結構その、手数と読み合いが多いなって感じがした。どっちかっていうと。まあ手数が多いキャラクターやとは思うねんけど、なんかその読み合いの回数がすごい多いなって見てて思ったかも。個人的には。いや、今回もマジでキャラばらけてて、なんか、毎回見るたびさ、いなくない？なんか、いなくないじゃなくて、毎回見るたび、なんかメンツ違うよね。ギルティ毎回メンツ違うくない？キャラクターの。なんかすごいんだよね、それが。去年はさすがにハッピーケイオスがすごいいたけど、でも言うてケイオス以外ってそんなにおらんかったやん。被ってるの。で、2.0 になってからはさ、なんか、まあ前回の韓国大会、エボジャパン、エボ、で、今回、その VSFighting 14かな多分。を見てて思うのは、毎回メンツが違うんだよね。本当に。逆光まとまったダメージ出すのは覚醒コンボしかない。あれか。投げるやつと、強化のやつか。あとは細々と固めを作るだけ。ドライバーのダメージ下げられたから火力ダウン。なるほどね。なお、ベスト8にほとんどいないキャラも。まあ、あんまベスト8で見ないキャラクター。誰だ？まあ、パン屋さんは見ないか。ベノムあんま見ないよね。あんまトップ8ベノム。いや、バイケンは、この前見なかった？いや、ちげえ。あれだ、トップ8と、予選が混じってるわ。予選が混じってもう誰が見て誰が見てないのかわかんないかも。あ、そう、ベノムは一応ごぼうさんいたけど、でもトップ8見た？テスタメント、いや、でもトップ8いないか。あれだよ、テスタメントは、一応アイドムさんが使ってるし、それで印象はあるけど、確かにトップ8ではない。ディズィね。ディズィも確かにいないわ。ディズィ見てないかも。ディズィ多分見てないかも。多分。ベッドマン。いや、でも戦山を合わせていいんだったら、 戦山を合わせていいんだったらベッドマンはいた。去年のね。去年のトップ8ベッドマンいたよね。エボジャパンもいなかった？あれ？エボジャパンもいたよね、トップ8。あれ？あれ？ミケンさん。あれ、ミケンさん違ったっけ？ユニカは、まあ、チュララさんがいるやん。そうだよね、ミケンさんそうだよね。去年の、あれだよ、戦山でもミケン番長さんがトップ8にいたからベッドマンいるよ。確か。あれ、ミケンさんって去年戦山トップ8だったよね。なんか、そんな記憶が。あれ違うかな。あー、男女確かにメイちゃんあんま見てないかも。うん。メイちゃんあ、見てない。あと誰だろう。ナゴは見てるしな。フランスでも。あと誰だろう。ほぼいる？タケラ使いが多いからさ、結構出てきてんだよな。いや。GGST。キャラ一覧見ないとさ。キャラが多いと。あ、ルーシー？あ、ね、思ったよね、ルーシー。確かに。ルーシーとかもあんま見てない気がする。でもほぼいるね。でもトップ8。だって、ソルは達馬さんでしょ？で、カイはチュララさんとかいはるし、チップもいるし、ポチョもいるし、ファーストもいるし、ザドもいるし、ラムレザルも見た。で、ミリアも見てる。で、レオは、それこそ武神さん使ってたし。
So we lied. We're still here doing top 8, and we are now going to be heading into winner's side. It's the future Panda and with the lovely P.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure to be back. Much to our surprise,
but
we're here with this wonderful crowd. Everybody, make some noise for after the break coming back.
Yeah.
And we have a winner's side finals.
I see a Potemkin plush. I saw that vanilla. I saw it.
These Potemkin players, they just have, you know, like the single brain.
Oh no, vanilla's not a Potemkin player.
私がその去年からこう見始めた中で。
But as far as bracket goes, we are now into the truest heavy hitters, all playing for a chance at our coveted trophy, Arc World Tour points, and a guaranteed spot in Arc World Tour finals, which is all to play for.
Yeah, now the game plan has slightly changed for me, right? Because I was like going like, oh, we're done. I'm gonna go in the crowd and I'm gonna destroy my voice. And now I'm all like, I have to be tactical about destroying the voice.
Hey, we've got a winners finals, a losers finals, and a grand finals to come.
Yeah, it's gonna be hell of a set. Of course, we're left with 4 contestants still alive in today's bracket. You've got Andros versus Snifodu. There's gonna be Venezuela, of course, versus the Netherlands. You go down to the loser side. And you've got Poke, of course, on the Jackal, going to be going up against one of the nastiest players so far, Sechi.
Yeah, I mean, every single match that we've got coming up is going to be an absolute pleasure. Really the dark horse, like we were saying, is a bit more of a local legend.
I think there's 2 dark horses for sure.
And Poke as well.
Yeah, it's like Snifodu is a fantastic Giovanna, and he finally got to travel about, go to such a huge event like VSF, and prove what he's worth. He's worth a ton, apparently.
Absolutely. I mean, both of the players that we not necessarily expected to be here have proved themselves. They've laid everything out. Getting to this point is something you will be proud of for as long as you remember your fighting game career.
Yeah, and in terms of matchups, this is going to be an interesting one. Potemkin versus Giovanna. This is one where Potemkin can do insanely well. And, you know, it's a bit iffy because Potemkin is very whiff punishable by whiff punishable characters. But I'm hoping, are you guys looking forward to Andros versus Sniffoter?
There it is. There's that energy.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. Potemkin does well to neutral because of 5k. 5k does wonders in this matchup.
Potemkin's stop sign, almost fully disjointed. 14 active frames.
He needs it.
Oh wow. Big corner pressure. Nice throw.
Went for
Andros
a meaty pop buster.
not opening the game quite as psychotically as last time.
Yeah, he did just go for a pop buster. Oh,
I mean, it's the core of your game plan, right? Wow, nice.
いや、それで画面持ってかれんの。
Now this is an interesting play because you're still going to face a little bit of the, Jesus, a wee bit of the meter penalty, but not too much. But Steve's gained so much from it. Again, because the neutral, he is whip punishable, only if he chooses to be.
You say about Potemkin's meter gain penalty, wow, what a punish.
That's the play. That's the play.
Yeah, I mean, you say
not
about
punishable, by the way.
No,
yeah, that was an
definitely
RPS.
A read. Wow, on the burst, it's not going to work. Stealing the meter from Andros, that is huge.
Yeah, it's huge. But what, 6p? Maybe the read
いやでもアンドロスさんのさっきの試合がめっちゃ出てくるな。開幕1ラウンド3回投げたの。あれマジでおもろかった。本当に。
He's thinking on planes that we can't comprehend.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, Sniffoder has been playing very well throughout this turn. Has been playing very well.
He was looking for it. He was, there it is again. It's that awareness of being able to pop buster in the gaps, and the pop buster punishes.
That's fuzzy pop buster for you. Like,
fuzzy pop buster.
It's very
That's
strong.
Another one of the tools that's going to make this matchup hell is pop flick. You know, a lot of people credit it as...
It's Sejay when it doesn't go! Potemkin has one of the best usage of BRC because he can make pop buster safe!
And this is exactly what I was going to say about meter penalty intention. Is, you know, we're going to say about the meter penalty, but pop gains
なんで投げられんのあれ。だってあれシミーだったけどアオロマキャンが悪さしたってこと？隙を生じぬ二段顔で。はい、こと言ってくれてありがとう。
That's IB.
That one is punishable.
Punishable, likely because of the IB, I imagine.
Yeah,
very punishable.
the IB.
And very smart to take the corner.
I think it's like -3, -4. So if you go for the pop buster, it's an RPS. But you go for throw after an IB, it's a punish.
I mean, that is the smart defensive play that you're seeing at this
level.
Really, really nice. Patient on the close.
That's a safe jab.
Yeah, absolutely huge. This is going to be
I can see a 5p combo. Hey, 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 hey.
Not quite a kill, but certainly close. BRC, nice backdash.
いや投げがさ本当に痛いから嫌だって思って。
Only active for 4 frames. However, makes up for it for being plus 4.
Insane. I mean, the amount of plus frames in Potemkin's kit is absolutely diabolical. A +1 on block jab. You know, that's a return to legacy fighting games. That is.
The 2D
Sniffodu getting the cheers from the crowd, but is facing a big uphill. Another IB from Andros, just showing his prowess here. Really threatening. You can see the little Potemkin shimmy for a pop buster.
Yeah. Andros is very good at making it look very ambiguous, so Sniffodu is going to have a tough time guessing.
Nice, good backdash. Doesn't get the JH off, but isn't punished for the JS.
2D!
Nice. 2D, an excellent neutral poke for what it is.
Oh yeah, this matchup specifically, it's really good.
We have fuzzy BRCs on Potemkin?
Yep. As we know, Potemkin,
なんかさ、アンドロスさんってもしかしてちょっと伊藤さんに似てる？
That's a fantastic snap. You went for pop buster on that amount of plus frames? I'm with this guy. That was psychotic. That was an insane Potemkin buster to go for. We were close like +5 or something like that. It's insanity.
You know, to slightly, wow, again, incredible. To slightly alter an old FGC phrase, you're only minus if you're a coward, right?
We're keeping it PG. I know what that's meant to be. Down to earth.
Real ones now.
Yeah. 2K, 2D, looking for a stagger.
This is exactly that patient defense that we see from Andros. But now Sniffodu really making use of that Geo step dash to shimmy in and out of Potemkin's optimal range.
Yeah, and Sniffodu's actually getting a foot in the set for the first time. This is really cool.
Wow.
One IB on the 5-8 is able to get the throw. This guy's insane.
You're dead.
That's
burst safe.
And that's burst safe. I'm speechless. Like, absolutely speechless.
Like, he's my hero, but he's everybody else's villain. That is
ストレートだけど
absolutely the IB58 to throw the spiral kick
genuinely speechless.
into a BRD 2D mirror.
Yeah, and the thing about that Gigantor, for anyone that doesn't know, Potemkin has some of the burst safe routes in the game.
Yeah.
Gigantor gives them burst safe
Well, they're
routes.
not even burst safe, they're just unburstable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like after Potemkin Buster, after stuff like that, he just has so many rounds to do so much damage that you have to hold.
Yes, you have to respect that. Half of your life is subject to burst-free damage.
いやマジね
Oh, right. I think we're trying to get the cameras on the
Being
crowd.
slightly heckled. We wish we could get the cameras on the crowd. Hopefully not. Speaking of the crowd, though, a lovely crowd that we have.
Oh, yeah, there's the crowd.
Go.
Say hi, everyone!
Make some noise. Say hi to yourselves. Say hi to the people at home. See if you can spot yourself. It's lovely. Being in the crowd, being able to pick yourself out afterwards, watching the VODs.
Well, look, found me.
I found you too.
But oh my god, what a winner's final! In terms of just domination from Andros, the guy laps. He plays a strong character. It just all adds up.
He's just an absolute demon on the setup, isn't he?
He is, man. He is.
And I mean, it's so hard to contest him when he just feels like he's in your head. You know, he feels like he's reading everything his opponent is doing.
Yeah.
And what do you do about that against the character? When you get a read right, you take 40%.
In fact, I feel like doing some. I've got to ask Andros personally. Andros, can I talk about your hours on the game? Did he say yes?
Is that a yes?
だからなんかイレギュラーな動きが
Let's just say
得意そう。
many hours
こう
spent
いうこ
training.
とを基本格ゲー求められるよね。じゃあ僕はそこを意表をつかせていただきますわ。の開幕参考。開幕3連チャンコマだけでしょあれ。やばい。マジ発想がなんか豊かな気がするわコマ投げ使い。
Also, something I want to point out has been placed in front of us, the trophy for Guilty Gear Strive. I want to pick it up, but I don't trust myself. that looks fragile.
I know I got the clumsy hands. I'm not gonna do it, but it looks absolutely
I'll leave that
beautiful.
for the winner. That is their burden.
It's like a little bowl of sweets in front of us, isn't it?
Yeah,
there we go.
Our
beautiful, coveted Guilty Gear Strive trophy, all available for the winner of this bracket. Andros,
やばい漢字が読めない。いかに今日つくか。今日でいいのかな。今日つくからこのだけ使いに求められる。そうなんかそんな感じする。ほんま。
fighting among themselves to get this point.
もうなぜことやってこないでしょ裏の裏を突き続けるこのね。いやなんかそれは多分他でもあんねんけど、なんやろいざっていうところのなんていうんやろなんかななんでそんなことを結構固まりやすくなるところをこう意表をつくのがうまい気する。相手心の恐怖を察知できるし、駒投げ使いはマジでそうだと思うよ。
Is that Pokey has been helping teach Tiger Pop some of the tech.
これ嫌よねっていうの。
So looking at it from that perspective, if it's Tiger Pop, Pokey will have a slightly better chance at Zal. But we saw what can make it struggle for Jackal so much in this set.
Yeah.
So I can imagine the same struggle.
駒投げあるってだけでだいぶな警戒度変わる。いやほんまそう。そうやねん。ガチでそう。
Tiger Pop, a seasoned VSF veteran, has been up on the stage, has been against Sechi many a time.
アンドルさん引き出しも多いし、何してくるかわからん。
had maybe more hours on Jacko, maybe not so much. Sat next to us, bearing down from the crowd. You know all this pressure, looking to play for a medal.
ジャックザトウってどうなんだろう。みんなどう思うジャックザトウ。私はちなみに全くわかりません。がジャック王の人のジャック王使いのこの奥の方いらっしゃるんですけどのジャック王に対する愛は本当にすごい。ポーケさん、ポーケさん。ぬいぐるみを持ってきてるからね。
And this is what we're going to expect. Sechi will dominate from the get-go, and it's all on Pokey to adapt and make the comeback because it's just Eddie's so strong in this matchup.
And I mean, Jacko, like we've said
before,
one of those characters wants to get their vortex going. That round start is a really important part of that.
You saw Andros do that earlier and went like, God, why didn't I think of that? That's genius.
Yeah, I mean, the top level of players here, dealing with Eddie is the key thing. And using health as a resource for that. Yeah, your jab, the difference between a jab to you and Eddie gone can make all the difference in matches where Eddie can stuff out your pressure.
It
Big
really
5H.
can. It really can. Good 2D, keep the pressure on, staggers away, looking for an opportunity for the minions to get the clap up. What an area!
Something we've seen from Pokey time and time again, jumping up to meet his opponents.
And I do appreciate that area game plan from Pokey, because he saw against Tiger Pop, right? The Sechi, like playing into the sky to avoid a lot of Tiger Pop's BS. So Pokey making that adaptation very early on is going to make Sechi a bit more cycling on the options.
Touch and go. I mean, I think Sechi is one of those players, if you want to win against Sechi, you have to rattle him from the get-go.
Yeah.
Because he will steamroll. He's not the type of, it's, you know, it's like a shark, he's going to bite him and he's not going to let go.
Aye.
Fitting for a Zato player to be...
It's very fitting for a Zato player. Oh, destroying the minion, that's the other thing. Eddie just steals the minions so goddamn well.
Frog specifically and Pierce, really good tools for dealing with Jacko's
Even the parry, because like the parry means nothing if Eddie hits it.
Yeah, absolutely. Really nice blocks from Pokey, nice patience on defense, good use of meter. Something we're seeing time and time again is the deflect shield on the drills, just trying to force Zato as far out as possible.
Oh!
Back throw. And this could be great blocks from Sechi. Blocks the cross-up overhead, reads the throw, jumps out, and takes a commanding game one.
Yeah, I do appreciate that Pokey was willing to do throw into throw. That's not a layer that players will represent very early on in the set, but it's worth doing to test the waters, because again, it's only game one.
Yeah,
I mean, it could be a huge lead for Sechi if this keeps up, but it's only game one. You're allowed to kind of give and take a little bit.
For sure. I mean, game one is for download is an iconic phrase for a reason.
Specifically for Pokey, we've seen them download so much throughout this goddamn tournament.
Saw it with Scarfell. We've seen it with so many other players, and now let's see if we can see it with Sechi. Going for the minion parry, not able to get the invite health. Nice and patient from Sechi in neutral, and a tap dust to get the combo.
For the wall with the shark from the crunch.
Tap dust is one of those mix-ups that, you know, in theory it is absolutely reactable. We've seen players react to it. But there's so many layers in, and there's so much pressure on the line. You're shaking. Huge damage. Incredible from Sechi.
Yeah, no, Sechi is just getting very dominating scenarios, and it's going to keep happening throughout the set. You're going to see domination, you're going to see domination, you're going to see domination.
Yeah. And it's just down to whether Pokey can turn the tables. You know, Jacko is the snowball character. Pokey just hasn't had a chance to get a sniff onto Sechi, who is an incredibly good defensive player. Like, you know, we've talked about Sechi's mix-ups over and over, and they are absolutely noted. I mean, there we go. Point in case, but he's just sitting there holding all that Jacko mix really patiently.
It really is. Despite being down in the round so early on, look at that, it's almost neck and neck, and with some big trades into his counter hit, that allows for Oki in the corner.
And a nice shimmy from Sechi, a real master at that sort of FD break. You know, where Zato can represent such a dangerous command throw, being able to shimmy like that is so valuable. Invite health to kill the minion, really nice play in neutral.
Nice. I do like the approach with the Pierce to deny a lot of the minion play. It's really looking out for what Pokey wants to do in neutral.
Yeah, and Pokey playing a really slow game in neutral. The amount of damage capitalized off just a minion clap. And it's working out for them. But getting the danger, you know, that is as slow neutral as you can play.
Yeah,
you always have to do it when you're one hit away from death. I mean, Sechi's not the type to drop a hit confirm.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. So far, he's basically gotten every combo. The only time he's dropped is because he's looking for burst.
And
a big 2S counter hit, a button that we see time and time again. A really solid neutral button.
Good close slash. I do like the stagger offense being set up. However, you get drilled in so much, and now you're stuck in the corner. Got defend against the Pierce, catches you with the 2D time for Sechi, sends you through the wall with the shark.
That's gonna be a big chunk of damage. You know, it's no Potemkin, but it's nothing to scoff at.
Is this the play?
I think it's gonna kill the Eddie, but yes, Sechi's gonna block it, and that might be game for Pokey. Sechi's not the type of person to let that opportunity go.
And Sechi looking calm and cool in the station. I can imagine Pokey doing the thing that we've been seeing for every set that's gone 2-0. We're gonna back out. think about it. Yeah, we're doing exactly that. Pokey, taking a moment, taking a breather
あれ行こうと思ってさ、ガードしてたってこと？
See if we can get some advice.
だよね、多分。
What would Jacko do in this
What would
situation?
Jacko do? And you hear whispers.
That is what Pokey's thinking. Change up the playlist, you know? It's an important part of the FGC that we probably actually don't recognize enough as people and commentators. It's about feeling yourself. It's about being in your own flow, right? Setting the conditions for yourself. And sometimes, even something as simple as a change of music.
本体攻撃しなかったら当たらないのやばくない？
It's always such a fun thing.
I mean, we saw it with one of the previous sets. Someone swapped it to what do you fight for, and that kind of gave them a level up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, it's all about the mentality.
やばいね、ザト本体を攻撃しないからガードできるって。
And it's so funny, you know, talking to players and hearing about their bracket playlist, for example, hearing what's on them. Players with bracket playlists that are 8 hours long. バースト対策できるのも偉いんですよね。すごいね。 It gets Pokey into that mindset to come back here, and it starts off well. Let's hope he can keep it.
Yeah, here's hoping. But it's going to be a difficult lead for sure. But Sechi, already taking a lot of damage, already giving up burst, but has the screen advantage. That's the huge thing. Couldn't bait the burst off of that, unfortunately. But here we go. The resources are being used up for both sides, and Eddie's back.
Desperately trying to control the screen presence, but Sechi really careful about the jump out. Gets the read right, but isn't able to get the punish on it. Just on the ball, slightly more. That is what's brought him out ahead. Big 5H. Goes to the RC in order to set a minion. Gets the throw. Now it's mix time. Gonna have to sit there and hold this. Interestingly, we don't see a lot of players FDing Jacko out. You know, some of the thought processes will be, wow, great way to make Sechi spend meter. Yeah, some of the thought process are going to be to FD Jacko out and force her to dash back into the pressure.
It was Sechi's first round. That was close. That was like very, very close.
Absolutely.
What Pokey needs to do is keep continuing to make that gap happen, where it starts looking less close.
Bits and pieces of Sechi getting like tap dust, they make all the difference. And I mean, you know, Sechi's conversions, he's getting 30% health off those, and that is not something that you can risk when things are so close.
Oh, aye. Goes for the minion punt, has two in play. They're dead, but you've got an additional one. And no Eddie on the screen, so the minions are actually really strong right now. There's a ton that Zao can
do. Good use of meter from Sechi. Spend a while blocks it again.
Oh, but the low.
And there it is.
Third time's a charm, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, when you caught so many layers down, so many things are going through your head. What is Sechi going to do? And you're going down, you know,
2.0 より前だし、去年の夏より前でしょ。特に最初ね、エリションドライバーあれ、コマ投げ通してもらったよ、みんなに。
Has tried to make a comeback after with no burst.
あ、コマ投げなんだと思ってたもん、ずっと。
Again with the JPs.
なあ、イニシエの多分知識を授けられてたのね。
It's going to be one more mix-up for Pokey.
我々は雰囲気でギルティを教えている。ね。
Sechi drops it. You might get one more chance. You've got one more chance in this tournament. Caught by the Zato 2S move we've seen. I mean, it is a fitting round for Sechi to win with the perfect.
But you know what? For the underdog, has done so well in today's bracket, making top 4. So I want the crowd to make some noise for Pokey, who's done so well as an underdog. Genuinely.
Absolutely. It's, you know, Pokey's been a real pleasure to watch. It's, you know, we love seeing our recurring faces, our Sechis, our Tiger Pops, our Androsses, but seeing the new blood of the FGC turn up, carve their way through to a 4th place, it's a real pleasure.
It is, it genuinely is. But now we're getting on to one of the biggest sets, because this decides who will be facing Andros. You want to know something? They both lost to Andros in winners top 8, and that's either going to be Sechi or Snifodu, the Giovanna or the Zato.
An interesting matchup as well. You know, Geo, we've seen it time and time again, the shimmy in neutral, playing around the neutral tools. Zato has some good neutral options. You know, represents a good 2S, represents a good fast lash. But Geo is so blisteringly fast and is also a wall of active frames to kill Eddie. You know, Geo fast lash.
Yeah, and then Geo does have some good options. In terms of anti-airs, we do know she has a fantastic DP, for example. But if Zao manages to hit that perfect spacing where he flies outside of it, just like your DP whips it, you've got to use you to recover yourself. So that's something that we're going to see Sechi definitely utilize in the set.
Absolutely. I mean, Sechi is a master at spatial awareness on the screen. This spacing, where do I need to be playing? What height do I need to be playing? Which is something a lot of characters don't even have to think about representing.
Yeah.
なんか自分は何でエリシオンドライバーがコマ投げって教わったかは覚えてないんだけど、ずっとコマ投げだと思ってました。知らない間にコマ投げの打撃投げになったシリーズだと、エルフェントの爆弾巻きつけるやつもそうだよ。あれ全くわかんない。
are quite prolific. We have the likes of Krillin and Matti, both who've turned up to VSFs before representing Potemkin.
Unfortunately, Krillin couldn't make it, and Krillin was not going to play Potemkin, by the way.
Oh, really?
Robo-Kai, man, has been waiting for Robo-Kai for years.
And now Robo-Kai players are really hearing it go. And you know what? Hats off to arcsystemworks. Robo-Kai, we were saying it yesterday, a real breath of fresh air for the Strive scene.
Exactly, actually stands out and it feels very well adapted. There are some things missing, but for the most part, that is Robo-Kai. But besides Robo-Kai, he's not on the screen.
I mean, that's something that I think Strive is impeccable at. It's staying true to the characters that people love, but also changing them for the better. You know, they've really developed on Abba as a character, but at her core was still what people loved from like ACPR and XIV.
But here we go, gonna be heading into the next set. It's gonna be Sifodu versus Sechi. I want to hear the crowd make some noise. Who's gonna go through grand finals?
That is it, playing for a losers finals place. This is all the marbles on the line. Both these players got to be happy. You know, you've got a medal on board. It's whether it's gonna settle for bronze or go for gold and our brand new spanking champion trophy. Hear it for Sechi and Snifodu one more time. Let's hear it.
These guys are gonna have dead voices by the end of this.
Absolutely, so are we.
Yeah, but here we go, we're getting started. Sechi does have the corner in place. Snifodu gonna get caught by the command grab. Do we see another one potentially?
A really big start for Sechi. Goes for the low, sets the pressure. Nice throw for Snifodu. There's something we know is that Gio can also represent an absolutely absurd amount of damage.
そのコメントの書き方好きだわ。でも分かるよ、私のリベンジ展開スコスコだから。マジで分かる。
Back to neutral.
そうでもジオの人さっきの感じだとアンドロスさんに勝つのちょっと難しそうな感じがするけどな。まずはでもこの目の前のね、セッチさんやね。
Good plus frames being set up, able to go with the low, looking for a fuzzy jump out. As we know, Sechi has been using a lot of flight to jump out.
BRC Fuzzy is caught by the low, goes for a burst bait, gets a throw bait instead, and gets the throw to kill.
Snifodu taking the first round off of a clutch scenario. Could have easily lost off of a spare normal.
I mean, Snifodu, that was a really scrappy last interaction, wasn't it? You know, Snifodu really looking to take Sechi's burst. Takes a throw bait, isn't able to capitalize on it, but is able to get his own throw.
God damn, Giovanna combos are so fun in this current patch. Gets a counter out to us, that's going to be huge with the super cash out.
The super. You know, it's really fun seeing the sort of Geo mindset of do you hold the super, aim for the chip damage and extra damage, or do you spend it and get your super wall break? I think against the Zato player, you absolutely spend that great block on the
such a difficult decision to make. But with this command grab in play, you've got the knockdown set, you could go for anything. But Snifodu with a brave mash up against a character who had so much to work with there.
Yeah, I mean, Zato's one of those characters you absolutely have to be brave against, right?
Yeah.
まずはジオが取りました。
And your main goal is to kill Eddie to stuff that pressure. If you are brave, you get rewarded.
It's kind of like a battle thing where it's like you need to mash, you may make preemptive decisions, and if it doesn't work out, you get caught.
Sechi puts Snifodu back to the corner. Really nice defense, but caught by the low.
あるよね、なんかこのキャラ使い続けてる人、純粋に格ゲー力高いっていうキャラクターもいるよね。
Again, really brave on the mashing. And there's that shimmying that we're seeing. That really patient neutral. IB's the DP. A really interesting anti-like blocking.
なんかすごい生き生きとしてない？
Fuzzy offense, and of course we've got She-Hulk on the screen. She can do so much with 100 meter. Of course, faster speed.
I don't know if it's going to catch Sechi.
That is such a peculiar option. My guess is Sechi maybe made a misinput. Maybe wanted a punish a BRC or RC.
Whether it was nerves or whether it was, you know, a pre-input for the RC, that is devastating for Sechi. Because that definitely could have gone the other way had that not happened.
Yeah, it's so peculiar. Very, very peculiar. But Sechi gaining a huge advantage in another round start. Sechi does tend to do well from the round start, but Snifodu does amazingly at the comeback factors. That is why Snifodu has been winning.
I mean, Sechi has just been under the cosh these entire rounds. You know, he's been able to enforce his pressure, but Snifodu has been really calm, really solid. It feels like the nerves aren't getting to Snifodu here. You know, there's all to play for. Patient on the YRC and almost gets it. Hungry for Sechi's meter. Went for it again. I mean, you're one game up and one round up. You might as well.
Oh, into 2K.
Huge block.
Looking for low offense. Catches with another one.
This time it's Sechi looking for the burst bait.
It's Snifodu doesn't bait.
Huge jump in. The burst bait may be the thing that kills you there as well.
Yeah. I absolutely love that from Snifodu. They're well aware that the combo can't wall break, so you don't need to worry about that. And well aware that Sechi is going to be looking for these options. Yeah.
I mean, this is what we've said. You know, Sechi's now 2-0 down. You have to take risks. You cannot just sit and play passively because clearly it's not losing. Not backing out, going back into it, maybe feeling the momentum. I know the Snifodu fans have momentum. We're hearing it from the crowd.
Good job.
確認くん .exe 入れてるとしか思えない確認する。
What a fast slash into what is going to be a big damaging confirm to the wall.
やはりジオは数字を回避する。それなんか別のジオを混ぜてないそれ違う？
where they can make Giovanna have the install.
すごいなんか赤い彗星がなんか私の中でちょっと若干ちらついてるの。
Incredible blocks from Sniffer and the throw tech as well. Good 6p on the BRC down. DP, strange answer because that DP does not have any iframes.
This is true. However, shins are not hittable and the head's not hittable. So
ジオって言ったけどジオン軍だわ。全然何も関係なかったシャートは。
An interesting category because obviously Geo doesn't have a typical reversal in that sense that is not metered.
It does work though.
It does work indeed. Sechi able to claw around back. Snifodu looking a little bit more touch and go. This is one of those moments where you're going to be nervous about winning. You know, the nerves of losing are just as bad as the nerves for winning.
This is true, but what a goal burst on the command grab, that is huge.
A good 6p as well from Sechi, not letting Snifodu get in on his own terms.
これでもわかんない。
the blender of Zao. It can be difficult dealing with this high-low. And just like Sechi has a winning scenario, sending you through the wall. Taking a tiny break earlier wasn't a ton, but still did enough for this winning scenario on this match.
But a really, really patient offense. Doesn't go into the opponent yet. The command grab. And Sechi takes his first game back. I think that's going to be big.
What he did there was absolutely perfect. Low, mid, low. Alright, you're taking the throw.
Yeah, absolutely. You're just like, it's that time to get into your opponent's head. Like we've been saying, the adaptations.
今回このさ、色のザトの勝利モーション見て思ったけどさ、
And if someone's going to sit and hold it, Zato's eventually going to run out of resources.
That's not something you want to be facing against Giovanna.
Really doesn't lack much in offense, but here we go, getting straight into Snifodu, getting a large round start, but the back throw from Sechi, and goes for another command grab.
We've seen it time and time again, Sechi getting those command grabs. And gets the overhead this time.
Has been representing a ton of low offensive empties, so the JD does work wonders.
Big backdash on the Geo flip kick. Invite hell, not able to stuff out the spiral kick.
Looking out for burst.
Goes for the burst bait. Catches Sechi on the jump out.
Oh, went for a challenge on the wire seat. Not a bad idea considering Giovanna's got the buttons for it, but didn't work out. And now Sechi is getting a huge combo on his command grab.
Opts for the drop. Goes for the mix up. And it pays off perfectly. Great option from Sechi there.
I think Sechi was mostly looking out for good burst baits while also try to go for the win there.
IB's the cross up overhead.
硬くなってきたね、セチさんが。
That's these top players for you. Great back throw. Sechi seems to be running the show so far. The Snifodu fans in the crowd have gone quiet.
No, that one guy's left.
But they won't let that. They won't take it lightly.
Oh, another throw. I think you go for another one, right?
Oh, not quite. Would have worked.
Yeah, I think we went for a fuzzy jump.
Oh, nice fuzzy. With the PRC scaling, is it going to be enough?
With the meter, absolutely.
With the super, is it going to take to the wall? I think it's going to be the big
one. And just like that, Snifodu is facing set point. Could take the set here, but Sechi is not going to be easy enough.
They are not going to take it lying down.
Yeah, they didn't like that disrespect, P. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You got to keep him going.
Yeah, true. Oh, God. The DP not going to work out. Oh, God. This is actually brutal.
I absolutely love this PRC play from Snifodu. Goes for the DP to get you off the ground. PRC into an overhead. And a big shot from Sechi.
This is nasty. Oh, catches with the Pierce.
Backdash. Got to wait on the burst. Not this time. Really nice patient burst from Snifodu. You definitely smell that Sechi wanted it.
Yeah, but the negative about giving up burst there is that you can no longer RPS on these huge combos. It's all guaranteed, all for naught. But Snifodu still alive. Goes for the back throw
on the oppose. And now it is Sechi taking it to a 2-2. What a comeback from Sechi.
Honestly, a fantastic read on that back throw, because afterwards, going for another throw is genuinely a good option because we've not seen throw into throw offense. So Snifodu making that adaptation was clever, but Sechi making that read was on a next level.
It's just absolute back and forth from both players. Sechi just getting into Snifodu's head that little bit more, and it's taking it to 2-2. We're getting another last game. The Snifodu fans are loud in the crowd. Let's hear it for Sechi and Snifodu. 2-2, match point!
Keep in mind, whoever wins fights a Potemkin, so is that a punishment?
Oh, God.
Not just a Potemkin as well. The Potemkin.
Yeah. Good offense for Sav. Goes for the 2D to avoid the 5P. Clever decision making from Snifodu. However,
what an incredible button in this matchup. Able to push through Eddie and into Zato in neutral.
It's pretty solid in this matchup. It can be difficult to represent, but when you get it, it does wonders. Genuine wonders.
And that's a big invite hell for Sechi. It's not going to be enough to kill, but a super wall break with 50 meter at your back and one interaction is all it takes.
5 not a bad option, but as we see there, the jump does
kill on Eddie.
Yeah.
But at a point where you cannot risk a trade, that is an incredibly brave move, and it doesn't pay off.
I said she's just gaining momentum after that previous win. Is just able to keep it up. Now you're stuck in the corner against the jumps, catches you with the Pierce, and now you're still stuck. Welcome in, fight hell. The burst.
Just all Sechi, no burst, saves it for after the wall break. I totally respect it. You cannot let it go too early here.
Yeah, I sense a throw coming. I got this gut feeling that after a reset or something, because we want to make sure the burst doesn't come out.
Doesn't spend the burst this time, and you are one throw away. Going to the grave with burst at this point would be absolutely devastating. Spends it. Sniffo's got one last interaction to make it count. Spins the super. Is it? No!
No! The perfect from Sechi, perfectly outplaying around Snifodu, but he did hell of a job getting here in first place. First VSF probably, and the crowd is standing up. I want to hear some love for Snifodu again, first place!
I mean, you absolutely, you've come for a medal from absolutely nowhere. A local legend, you've got your whole gang behind you, cheering for you. You definitely cannot be disappointed. But all props to Sechi, an incredible play at the end. You're going to look for an invincible reversal using Eddie, blocking for yourself. On that last interaction, really well.
I see him. The man approaching.
I don't think you need to see him. You can almost feel the menacing aura coming up the stage beneath us. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Andros.
ザトのそのエディを使って自分はプロテクトするっていう発想とみんなにも教えてもらってこの解説の人もそうやってたけどそんなのあるんだね厄介すぎじゃんめちゃくちゃよっしゃなんか攻めてきたわ全然それはエディが受けて僕には食らってないんだよってことでしょ
sweetest little wave on the way in, and then he's going to round start Kara Buster you and win in 3
He's not doing that against Sechi. Like, surely.
Wasn't Sechi the first victim of that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's like no way in hell. But Sechi's done a fantastic job after being sticking into some of the tiniest opponents. Of course, the foe to able to beat that pokey, able to beat that.
貧乏ゆすりめっちゃ気になる人、君で3人目だよ。
Such an incredible player that is Andros. You know, it leaves you with such a big task. You've got to push it all the way back, especially going out and winning Sechi. Sechi has won a lot to be here in Grands today, and absolutely at no point should be disappointed with his performance.
Not genuinely, I think anyone that has made even top 12 in this tournament has done so well. Keep in mind, 200 entrants have joined this bracket. 200 people have taken part and fought for the position. And there's been so many upsets, so many players that were just there, like IML and Goose, who were kind of underdogs for the entirety of this tournament, and you didn't get to see them in this top 8.
I mean, we saw it in the 4 top 12 loser side matches. Some of the most hype matches we had the past 2 days. Yeah, like you say, IML just dropping Amanita, just dropping
Harbaugh.
So many players who are really vying for this final spot. And at the end of it all, we see Sechi and Andros.
Yeah, Wales and Venezuela.
Yeah, a run back of winners semis. You know, as a Welsh born and bred, like you say, commentators can't be biased, but I see Sechi.
I know. It's like you can, again, I've said this many times in commentary.
もうやばい、もうみんなが貧乏ゆすりってまた言ったからさ、見るようになっちゃったじゃん。
That is just evil. I mean, both these players are awesome. And both these players have been a real pleasure to watch. I mean, I'm sure the crowd can attest. We have had an absolute pleasure over top 8. Isn't that right, everyone?
あ、まあだから日本のバラエティと海外のバラエティの違いみたいな感じじゃない？結構さ、海外のバラエティラフな感じ、座りとか、日本はさ結構きっちり座ってるところがあるから多いから、そういうのもあるんじゃない？配信っていうか、配信だけじゃなくてもテレビ番組もなんか違う気がする。
Yeah, and even at that, Andros has hardly dropped any games as well. That's something to keep in mind.
One game up to top 8.
Yeah.
One game this entire
いや、ここどうなるだろう。
top 8.
アンドロスさんと。
Like he's done so goddamn well. And you can tell it's like as much as I want to support him, it's like he is without a doubt the villain of this bracket now.
Yeah. I mean, Sechi must be feeling like, you know, this is like Attack on Titan for him. He is bearing down on these giants.
Yeah.
And he is just trying to swat this Potemkin down. He's gonna have to play his heart out if he wants to get to a grand final reset. But if there's anyone who can do it, it is Sechi.
It is Sechi. Like I said earlier, Sechi stands the best chance going into Andros. Like that is what I felt as we got to see Sechi fight into Andros, as we see Sechi develop and level up. It makes the most sense. But would you love to ask the lovely crowd about Grand Finals?
It would be my absolute pleasure, as it's been my absolute pleasure to sit here doing top 8 with you, Panda. Thank you very much, everybody. We are coming to our final set of games for today of top 8 Grand Finals. Sechi versus Andros. Make some noise!
Yay!
Oh, gonna be a hell of a set. Potemkin versus Zato. Set play versus the Grappler.
Yeah, the absolute brute that is Andros. If Zato, if Sechi can stay focused, stay with his head, I can see this push into a grand final reset. But Andros is just an absolute wall of a defensive player. Trying to break this guy is insanely difficult.
He doesn't do it again, right?
No, absolutely not. Not this time.
アンドロスさん相手に6回勝たなきゃいけないんだよな。セツさん。
I'm certain that Sechi had a little bit of like PTSD from that first round. You saw a really passive walk back. Wasn't going to let it happen again.
But here we go, Andros certainly in the corner. Sechi getting them first advantage for sure. Getting a decent bit of damage.
I mean, we saw it from Sechi in their first game. Sechi was absolutely not to be discounted, and I think the result of their first game, really nice JD to kill him. There it is. Yeah, I think the result of their first game was not representative of how the game actually went. Nice.
That was charged by I mean, you've got the meter, you make it safe. But because it was air block, he tried to take a turn, didn't work out, and now Sechi is able to flip it about. But even if you're flipping it about again, hard knockdown on Potemkin, 2 bars of meter to work with.
I mean, yeah, this is exactly what we've said before, and it is the classic grappler conundrum of you've not won the round until Potemkin is dead.
Yeah. Oh, that's a close slash connection.
Big burst from Sechi, spending it. Otherwise, that could have been dead. Good block.
The quick RCs allowing for 2 bars of meter to be used with only like 80% meter.
Yeah, I mean, really nice game plan from Andros. Mixing up like
oh
my
god.
Great back throw into the Garuda pressure. What are we seeing? Calls out jump.
Side head でめっちゃね潰
It's
してるよ
just sort of
ね。
saying to Sechi, you've got to be scared of jumping here.
You really do. Into the top 5D, optimized for the 6H. Jeez Louise, I know you're 1 hit away in that Potemkin.
I mean, that's where that like lack of guts from
Whoa.
Sato is coming into clutch there. And Potemkin 6H
やりにくそうだな、セチさんも。ああいう調子だ。
Was that a jab that reached?
Yeah,
Just
that's
swat him out the air.
5D. He's like, you're piercing what, you know, just slapping them away.
It is just a best-in-class normal, that jab, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and now Sechi's taking a break on the first game by Henry into it's like it's so. Sorry, I was waiting. I just had to make sure.
Every round start, it's just a little bit touch and go from the crowd here. Andros throwing these 6Hs out with little regard.
And what's interesting as well is Andros, unlike the previous set, has been super reserved. I think I've only seen like 2 Potemkin Buster attempts in this entire set so far.
That is all part of the conditioning, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you play. Again, like we said with some of the players who play each other often, this is not a game that starts at layer 1.
It doesn't.
This is a game that starts deep in. It starts already several layers in, and we have the conditioning on game 1. And now, it's all about whether we're going to see these sparse potbusters to take these rounds. But Sechi pulling these mix-ups out of the bag, and the snowball is starting to
BRC.
go.
Yeah, that was
nice backdash.
Definitely a good BRC represent.
Oh, that is not a trade you want to be taking as that.
Thank God it was a counter hit. Otherwise, that was Oki for Potemkin.
そうだよね、5球でエディ潰してたよね。あれでしょ、足ペって出すやつ。
This is what I mean.
そうだよね。
Defensive wall.
Oh no.
A use of slide head. A bit of a nerfed move recently. You don't see it all too often. A block on the
that's
RC.
huge.
Doesn't get the Garuda Oki.
I think you
Doesn't
can only
get the
get.
kill.
I think you can only get that Garuda if you're near the corner. And I think what Andros was trying to do was probably something else. I don't think he wanted Garuda there.
Yeah, it may have been one of those things of you expected the counter hit, you'd already buffed it, and it was too late. And that's the Garuda. There it is!
God.
Bang! Huge
Booty a bar.
Buster.
Booty a bar. That's rough.
Yeah.
Huge counter hit. Looking out
And
for
then
burst. And it
burst locked down. So much damage. And you're putting Sechi in an awkward position where it's one normal throw away from death.
Oh,
Mega Fist to close it out. Still an incredible tool after all of the changes that have affected it.
See, it's interesting, right? For Mega Fist, it's definitely a solid tool, specifically in this matchup. It's really good. But back Mega Fist, it's kind of mid. It's kind of mid there.
It definitely sees its usage.
It has its like if you're fighting a Slayer, for example, it's pretty decent. But most matchups it's not. But Sechi is facing loss here as Andros is a tournament point. Can he take it?
Crowd, do we think Sechi can bring it back? Let's make some noise for our underdog here. Let's hear it for Sechi.
Yeah, they want his support. They really do. But it's not looking good for the man.
Really nice answer. And did you see that there?
もう何が何でも出させないじゃん。
away from the danger that is Gigantikai.
お前エディなんて使わずに生身で戦えよみたいな。
Big hammerfall out.
Huge close slash punish. Has a bar to work with.
That's going to be game 1.
Basta!
Andros, look at him celebrating already.
Yeah, one more round, that's what he's pointing out. One more round to go.
One more round guarantees him our World Tour finals. It guarantees him our trophy. And it guarantees gold with a pop buster.
What pop buster does it, by the way? That's the insane thing. Heat knuckle.
Gonna go.
Oh, you're
Heat knuckle.
And
that is gonna be it. Andros, our champion for today.
Oh my God, that's my king right there. Andros!
Absolutely deserved.
Andros!
Pop off.
いや、あまりにも強すぎた。
The Potemkin players.
あまりにもすごかった。
Commiserations to Sechi.
じゃああっという間に終わっちゃったね。
Proud of each
ちょ
other.
っと。
But all in all, can we make some noise for our second place, Sechi?
And of course, let's congratulate our champion, Andros!
An
去年ハッピーケイオスが強かった頃のタイガーポップさんじゃないと渡り合えなかったんじゃないっていうぐらいの強さだったんだけど。
You did such a fantastic job. However, in those final moments, you could definitely tell the stress is getting to you because after landing that pop buster, you end up realizing you're in the corner. He's been calling out fuzzies. That's essentially a 50-50 for the game. Absolutely. And Andros went strike.
And I mean, the thing with Potemkin is the 50-50 is so difficult to represent when you're in that position because you lose 50% from the pop buster or you lose 50% from the strike.
納得だったね、このハサ。
lose situation. You know, there's no way that you can sit there in the corner and think
もっと優勝とか過去あったっけ？私は見たことない。
You guys have been a lovely crowd so far. I hope you guys have been enjoying the day. We do have more obviously games coming up. And then Tekken. Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a top.
There's a couple of thank yous I want to say before we head towards our award ceremony, which is first and foremost a massive thank you to the crowd who have showed up. You guys have brought energy, so can we hear it for the crowd? You deserve it. Absolute round of applause. And also to our wonderful, wonderful staff and crew who have been working behind the scenes. You probably haven't seen it. The people who got us water, the people who are in the comms booth, in the lighting booth, sorting out our players.
You don't see these guys. You really don't.
You don't see them. The amount of work that goes on behind the scenes to keep a major of this scale running is insane.
It is absolutely mental. Like, we've been having such a good time here. Top 8 has been great. Top 48 has been great. Top 96 has been great. Pools have been great for Guilty Gear Strive, and it's only going to get better for the rest of the tournaments for sure. And I hope you guys do stick around for all that. But there's more community events. So if you're watching this in stream and you're not in the auditorium for some reason, there's more stuff to be getting your hands on for sure.
Absolutely. And if you happen to be in the auditorium, stick around. We're going to have a small awards. We're going to have an award ceremony. These players that have absolutely played their hearts out. And also, directly after that, we're going to have Street Fighter 6 Top 8 coming up. Something I'm particularly excited about.
There are 3 Jamies in Top 8, by the way.
Wow.
That's insane.
There's 2 Hondas.
Yeah.
結構ね、ジャックさん気になってるんだよな、やっぱあの強さを見て。
I'm personally quite excited for the Street Fighter 6 Top 8 because we are seeing somebody who comes and shows up at Bristol every now and again, Matt Hazard, an incredible Honda player, getting a run back from the 3rd place playoff of last year with Broski.
God damn. Also, shout out to Bolt Strike. He's a hell of a Jamie to watch. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a great time, man.
We're going to have a whole day of some of the most incredible fighting games that you've seen. You know, there's a reason these players are top 8. We have the absolute pleasure of watching, commentating, and being a part of top 8. But now we move to our award ceremony.
Oh, yeah, and I do see the host, our lovely Ken. I love this guy. He's awesome.
An absolute beautiful, beautiful man. Looking dripped out as always. Keno, take it away.
As always. Did we enjoy that?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Love to see the crowd out here today. May we? May we? No, may we though. Champion not French, unfortunately.
いや、キャラバランス本当に良くなって、そのまたこいつかよみたいなの本当にないのすごくない？マジで。すごい難しいことだと思うんだよ。本当にゲームのキャラクターバランスとか。すごいと思う。あ、メダルだ。
Absolutely fantastic. Well done there. Next up onto the stage, 7th place as well.
日本のユニフォーム着てるやんな、この。
Well done, well done. Moving on to 5th place. Classic at VSFighting. Tiger Pop!
女性の方なのかな？トップ8入ってる人。
With the jackal? Ooh! Joining them in 5th place.
タイガーポップさんも割と可愛い服着てんな。
Brown and Blues TO, all the way from Ireland. One of my best friends, Scarface! Well done, well done, well done.
すごい。ちょっと足が。
And joining the Jacko Nation that we've had in this top 8. a stunner and fierce major, Pokey!
Pokey!
Another Jackal?
Jackal. じゃあ2人揃ってお揃いのジャックを縫い可愛すぎない？
And it wouldn't be an
可
international
愛
tournament
い
without some of the Dutch in third place. And be here for Snivadu!
じゃあ貧乏ゆすりじゃなくてちゃ
And
ん
at
と
this
ね
point,
この皆さんを見てくださいしっかり
of
と
VSFighting here every year to gatekeep, and that's what I love. In second place, Sechi!
いやすごかったなおもろかったなマジ毎回見るたび違うキャラなのが本当にすごいし面白い
And following from the win at mix-up,
こうやってさなんかいろんな人が活躍してるのを見るとさやっぱその自分の使ってるキャラクター活躍してるのを見れるのが嬉しいからありがたいよな いやアンドロさん強かったないや本当に強かったあー記念撮影いやーいい戦いを皆さんありがとうございました。
Is it for your Guilty Gear Top 8 Platinum event on the Arc System World Tour? I hope you've enjoyed it. Give it up for the commentators, Panda and Bumblebee.
いやお二人もありがとうございました。
My name is Keno. Make sure you're sticking around the auditorium for Street Fighter 6. This is the end of the stream. We'll see you in a bit.
おい。ストリートファイター6がなんて言ってた僕の名前は何々だよって。何だったんだろうということで皆さん、VS ファイティング14ですかねきっと。ギルディギアストライブトップ8お疲れ様でした。この後、やっぱそうなんだ。スト6の配信なんだ。普通のスト6の配信ってこと？いやでも、でもタイガーポップさん、違いだったな。ジャックか。どうだろう。今後、ジャックを続けていくのか、それともなんか別のキャラになったりすんのかなっていうのも気になるし。ね、全アクトじゃないね。全パッチ使ってたキャラクターから変更する人が本命キャラに何を選ぶのかっていうところもそうやし、いやー今後も気になりますね、ほんまに。お疲れ様でした。改めて皆さんご一緒に見ていただき、覚えてたから言うわ。覚えてたから言うね。めっちゃギルティとも格ゲーとも関係ない話なんやけど、ストリートファイター6のトップ8もやるんやってみんな。それは知らんかったわ。それは知りませんでした。そうなんだ。
I hope you've enjoyed it.
全然知らなかった。で、ちょっと待ってな。私の話をしたいんやけど、一旦この画面で止めといて、 はい。あれなんですよ。私最近チャリを漕いでるんだけど、チャリ漕いでんだけど、私のお尻って、尖ってるのね。お母さんとかからちっちゃい頃からずっと言われてんねんけど、あんたが膝の上に乗ると足が刺さって痛いみたいな、足じゃない、お尻の骨が刺さって痛いって言われてるの。お母さんに。本当にでもお尻尖ってるの、私、ガチで骨が。で、なんか街中歩いてるとさ、自分の体が見えるじゃん。ちょっと。窓とかで。で、お尻がね、マジで、もう、平らだったのよ、私。ガチで。ちなみに私のお尻がどんだけ尖ってるかっていうと、いろんなところにレストランとかさ、なんか、ソファーに座るじゃん。そしたら、めっちゃお尻の骨の跡が残る。ガチで。椅子がへこむんだよ。ケツ、お尻って2個あるじゃん。まあ、2個あるって言い方おかしいけど、なんか分かれてるじゃん。で、お尻の、骨が、こう、座ると、後行くんだけど、まあ、本当にだから、刺さるの。マジで。だけど、チャリ漕ぎ始めてから、お尻がね、めっちゃ、ふっくらしてきたの。ガチで本当に、もう、ストーンってしてたの。お尻がガチで、ストーンってしてたんだけど、お尻に筋肉がついてきて、マジで、ふっくらしてきて、ちょっと嬉しいっていう。いや、なんか、ほら、女性ってふっくらしてる方がやっぱ可愛いやんか、お尻とか。で、女性ってほんまになんかふっくらしてる方が可愛いと思ってて、私はストーンって感じだったから、ちょっと、なんかすっごいなんか横から見ても、なーみたいな感じのお尻やったんやけど、マジでチャリ漕ぎ始めてから、お尻横から見たら本当にふっくらしてきて、海外の女性のお尻まではいかないけど、でも、ふっくらしてきて、ちょっとすっごい嬉しいっていうのを、なぜかこの試合を見てるときに、チャットがきっかけか、試合がきっかけか、忘れたけど、お尻の話をしたいなって、私のお尻ふっくらしてきたんだっていうのがちょっとめっちゃ嬉しかったから、最後覚えてたら話そうって思って話しました。皆さん、ご成長していただき、ありがとうございました。ちなみに本格的に、本格的じゃないけど、なんだっけ、クロスバイクを買うことも決意しました。てな感じで、VS ファイティング14、ギルディギアストライブトップ8、皆さん一緒に見ていただきありがとうございました。ぜひとも、チャンネル登録と高評価、ともりのまだの方いらっしゃいましたら、よろしくお願いいたします。ということで、じゃあ、また、次の配信でお会いしましょう。ちなみにね、ちょっとね、しばらくね、ギルティは、ちょっとできないです。これ理由があります。8月に、ちょっとストの大会出るので、リーサル1期生で。そこに向けて、本当に、ちょっと、ネバーレストを、鍛えようと思っているので、ちょっとしばらく、 もうしばらく、ちょっとそちらに集中しようと思っているので、よろしくお願いいたします。では、皆さん、いつもの挨拶で終わりますよ。準備はよろしいですか？ですか？いいよ。まだそんな挨拶知らへんっていう人は今日覚えて帰ってな。ということで、ではまた、次の配信でお会いしましょう。せーの。あっさまりまたね。バイバーイ。いや、多分、息抜きで、夜回りさんとかするけど、夜回りさんもうちょっと8月ぐらいからかなとかって思ってたけど、まあ、言うて8月か。多分どっかでする。でもちなみに来週は、とある方と、ホラゲをするので楽しみにしててください。じゃあねー。